Let me mute the live thing. All right, we're live. So, welcome to a special, extremely retro volume 14. And I'm joined with special guests, starting with Phenom
All right,
Pat.
we're live, so
And here we go. Holy Steven. Okay, so we got the Blue Litmus Soldiers, WrestleManiac, and Blu-Ray Outlaw. Big
What up,
wrestling-
y'all?
Woo! WrestleMania, go living party.
So those that are watching, this is just going to be strictly about wrestling. We're not talking about movies. We're not talking about anything else. So let's keep it to wrestling. If you're not a fan of wrestling, I guess just learn. But just real quick,
Learn from the masters.
about wrestling and what it means to me. I currently do not keep up with wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling when UFC first started. Like, that really grabbed my attention when they did it, like UFC style, tournament style, and I saw like real blood and most of the time it's real blood in wrestling, but people hitting people in the groin and biting. It's crazy. So I kind of shifted my attention to MMA then. But growing up, I would say it started with WrestleMania 5. I had one of my good friends invited a bunch of us over to his house for a party, and he ordered the WrestleMania 5, and dude, it was amazing, amazing experience, and he collected all the toys, and that's what got me really into wrestling. So I went to the VHS store the next week to get the previous WrestleManias, and binge watched all those. And I kind of, like I said, I kind of fell off after when the Attitude Era was just kind of over. But my favorite wrestling broadcast or group is ECW. That's where it was like, I knew WWF, but when ECW, I saw some of those late at night, I was like, holy crap, this is hardcore. And then I always kind of stuck with that.
Yeah, I remember the old ECW. It was on syndication where I was living in New York at the time. Every night, probably around 11:30. Just right, just from there, and I was just like,
When did you guys start watching wrestling?
Cackler's Holmes.
Well, I started watching it when I was like 4, I believe. My mom said I had really bad ADD, and she used to throw me in front of the TV, and that would calm me down. So I've watched it ever since.
Awesome.
Yes.
Mine was when I was probably about, let's see, 1990s when I started watching it. I was born in '83, so WrestleMania 6 is what made me a wrestling fan. Hogan and Whoreder, that's what made me a wrestling fan, and I never looked back after that.
Nice. All right. Pat, you ready, man? So, just rules are they have to wrestle. They have to have one match at least before the year 2000. You can name tag teams. You can name managers. You can name just any figure in wrestling that that you enjoyed watching. I'm gonna say I'm pretty happy with my list. I went. I hope I have a lot of sleepers that you guys haven't thought of. Brings back memories. That's what's fun about these. But Pat, damn,
Just a ceiling fan. Where did he go?
All right, let's shift to Outlaw. You're number 1.
All right. Number 1 for me, if anybody knows me, that's not a surprise. My number 1 all time. Never changed, never will change. It's always going to be the Dead Man.
Yeah.
The Undertaker, man. I've always been a huge Taker fan. He was the reason why I went to 4 different Manias. when the streak was alive.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a quick funny story. I never, when I was a kid, he used to scare me, and my uncle loved him. So
everybody was scared by the Undertaker when they were kids.
He dressed up like Taker one year for Halloween to like make me not be so scared of him, and then I kind of just started liking him just because my uncle did. And then when my uncle passed away, it became like full blown Taker. So Taker always gonna be number one for the Outlaw.
Can't go wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's on my list too, but I knew he was going to be at the top of your guys' list, or at least one of you.
He's on everybody's list.
But the most memorable match with the Undertaker for me was when they busted out the fake Undertaker. I was like,
oh yeah,
there's
Undertaker.
Yeah, SummerSlam '94.
Yeah. So wasn't that played by Crush?
No, that was actually
that was
the guy who plays Shane now.
Brian Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Brian Lee.
Brian Lee.
Brian?
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian.
Okay.
My most memorable Taker moment was I watched him win the belt at 24 with my dad, and that was special. But then the very first trip I took with my wife, I was super romantic, and I took her to WrestleMania 25, and she got to see Shawn versus Taker live, which is my favorite match of all time in any kind of wrestling match.
One of the greatest matches in history.
That match took years off my life, and that's when I realized I was going to marry her just because she put up with all that. So,
right.
If a woman is sitting by you by WrestleMania and it's not telling you I want to go, keep her.
Yeah, I did exactly. I kept her because of that.
All right, we got Tony. What's up, Friday the 14th, and Culture Teeny in the chat. So thanks for watching. You time. The first pick from Outlaw was the Undertaker. All right, Pat. I guess you're second. What's your number one?
All right. My number one is Undertaker's opponent at WrestleMania 25, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, boy.
The guy was from AWA, teaming up with Mario Jannetty, forming the Rockers, bringing both of them over to WWE. Actually won the tag team titles, but then it was somehow just
the top turnbuckle broke, and they never aired the match.
They never aired it, and they just completely whitewashed the whole thing, which is completely beyond me. But then he did win with Triple H tag team title, the unified tag team titles. Won tag team titles with Cena. Won every belt under the sun in WWE, and have some of the greatest matches of WrestleMania history, like WrestleMania 25 against Undertaker, WrestleMania 10, the ladder match with Razor Ramon,
Iron Man match with Bret.
Yes, WrestleMania 12. Any match you put him in, hell, even the match against Shelton Benjamin on Raw in the Gold Rush tournament, the greatest finish ever. Springboard, the Sweet Chin Music for the win.
Oh yeah. That was a good finish.
Yeah, Shawn's in my top 5 too. So
I have a lot of respect for Shawn Michaels because he had a bad back and he used to always still step up to the plate. You know, he was in pain. He had messed up discs in his back, and dude just brought it all the time with his athleticism. You know, remember when that song, "I'm Not Your Boy Toy"?
Yeah,
and
he sung it.
He freaking. Whatever that thing's called, like he went in the ring on that zip line type deal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
WrestleMania 12.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. He's my number 2 on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's my number 5.
Yeah.
So. But I got alternates for days, so
Anything to add?
We
Chad,
always got days about wrestlers, man.
Anything to add, Chad, about Shawn Michaels since he's on your list?
I mean, Mr. WrestleMania, dude. Like, he's got so many memorable matches. The Taker matches, of course. But, dude, his match with John Cena, his match with Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Razor Ramon ladder match, both of them. Dude, I mean, his matches he had with Triple H, SummerSlam 2002 when he came back from 4 years off.
Oh, yes.
He was wrestling in blue jeans and cowboy boots, dude, and he was still acting like he didn't even miss a step, dude. He's
just magic.
Yeah, man. I mean, he could actually be interchangeable with my number one. It's almost with me, they kind of share the number one spot, but.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, dude, the thing too that like I always liked about Sean is you hear about some people who talk about not minding don't mind to put somebody over. Dude, you can honestly like tell that Sean didn't care. I mean, he put everybody over. I mean, going back to SummerSlam 05 with Hogan, he made Hogan look like $1 million that night. I mean, that was.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching Hogan matches for years, and I had always said that Hogan and Stan Hansen in Japan and Hogan and Muta in Japan was some of Hogan's best work. But in 2005, with like a 50-plus-year-old Hogan, Sean made Hogan look like $1 million that night. So that's how I always remember.
Prime, basically.
Yeah, I remember I had WrestleMania 7 on VHS recorded, and I traded it for WrestleMania 12, and that's whenever I started really noticing Sean. And then as I got older, I went back and rewatched WrestleMania 10, the ladder match, and even like the match he had, his earlier matches with the Rockers. That's when I really started appreciating him more.
Yeah.
He had this match against Tonka at the WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, WrestleMania 9, and then he had
number 9. Yeah.
At number 8, he did good he had a good match with Tito Santana.
Yeah.
Number 8, and everybody just acts like WrestleMania 20 didn't exist, but the triple threat with Benoit and Triple H, man.
Yeah, that was a great match too.
I mean, they try. What I hate that they didn't even put that on the Blu-ray, which makes it. Yeah, they on the Mr. WrestleMania Blu-ray, they just don't even put it on there. Which now they've got Benoit stuff on like the new stuff they're putting out Blu-ray. Benoit's on there now, but then he for some reason he wasn't. But that match was great, Oh
yeah, the sharpshooter. He had Triple H sharpshooter. Sean comes out of nowhere, super kicks him in the face.
Yeah, dude.
His finishing move was one of the best of all time. You have to say it.
Yeah, now it's the most watered down move ever, and it makes me
man,
so mad
I
that
hate the super kicks, man. Yeah, I hate it.
Now you hate the super kick, but every time you see someone do
I'm
super
saying
kick,
it's because of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. I love the super kick finish. Yeah.
Yeah, but he shouldn't. The fact that everybody does it now and it doesn't even, I don't know. The Usos have been running it in the ground, man.
It used to finish matches. Now it starts matches, so I don't really.
Yeah.
Wait, Sean did start off a match with a super kick. Remember that?
Yeah.
Survivor Series triple threat match. Kicked Triple H right in the face. John Cena was looking in utter surprise.
Yeah.
What happened?
But Triple H showed it though.
Oh yeah.
All right, Chad, your number one. I mean, I already know it because I watch your videos.
Yeah. Woo! Ric Flair, baby. My number one, man. Yeah, man.
I live in North Carolina right now, so.
Yeah, man, it's Ric Flair, dude. I mean, you go back to how he carried when he was carrying the territories in the NWA, and just the matches he had with everybody, dude. Steamboat, Terry Funk, Dusty Rhodes. He created his persona. Like, he inspired so many, like his promos, dude. His braggadocious promos. Is the father of so many rappers, dude. Rappers try to be like Ric Flair, dude.
Yeah.
They brag like Ric Flair does. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I mean, he's the best, man, to me. Like, and now I hate it because he's still around. I mean, I get why he's still around. But go back, take 5-6 years away from that. Just anything he did from the early 80s till, I mean, you can even say to the match he had with Shawn as his retirement match, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shawn made him look like $1 million too.
You know? Oh, dude, man. Flair's passion, man. Like,
that was fun.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
I don't really know what else to say. He's the best, man. Like, his promos, his work, his love for the business. I mean,
hell, even coming back from a
he's my favorite.
Crash.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know, breaking his back.
Coming back, breaking his back, plane crash, coming back, and still perform.
Yeah,
for 30 years. For 30 years with a broke back.
And never took a backdrop clean either, or a back bump clean. He always went to his side.
Yeah, man.
Dude, he sold. You know how he used to always walk along the ring rope and always get clotheslined. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No
Always-
spot, man. It's a
Yeah.
steamboat.
Or he did that and
I
tried
call
to go
that
up
the
the top
steamboat.
rope and then get tossed off.
Yeah, and dude, like his matches with Sting, man. They had so many great matches, man.
Oh yes.
In the late '80s when Sting
Clash
was
of
getting
Champions
finally
was
getting that
one
push.
of the good
Yeah,
ones.
man. Yeah, for sure.
nice. Well, can't go wrong with the Nature Boy. We got Tennessee
No, man.
in the house. We got 4K. What's up, 4K, man? Where you been? He said the Great Muta.
Yeah,
Oh
man,
yes,
for
that
sure.
Yeah.
is the great Buddha.
So, no, I know
Definitely.
4K. 4K is in love with Iron Sheik. That's his boy. The brony.
Yes.
My number one, he's not like old school, but he's still around. He's still around, and that is Mr. Monday Night RVD. Rob
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rob Van
Damn.
Dam.
So,
Oh god.
big Jean-Claude Van Damme fan. Just seeing him wrestling was just, oh my God, the dude does the Van Damme splits. The guy looks like he has that ponytail. He looks like Van Damme.
Yeah.
Well,
The first time I saw Rob Van Dam, I was like, wait, what the hell is Jean-Claude Van Damme doing in the wrestling ring?
Yeah, it looked like
I
his
thought they were
brother.
cousins or
Right.
brothers or.
And he
I thought
probably
they
got
were
that
actually
spot.
brothers at one point, and I was like, wait, those two look oddly familiar. They have to be family.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
that's probably where he got his. People were calling him, "Oh my God, you look like Jean-Claude Van
Van
Damme."
Dam.
But just coming out to that his theme song, "Respect Walk."
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's Kilgore's version
Yeah.
of Walk, which was originally made by Pantera.
Yep.
Then
And
Shadows Fall made his One of a Kind song.
Yeah,
Or did they make the what was the Fury of the Storm? It was one of those other songs that he had in WWE.
his
I liked his
his
TNA entrance too. Actually, his music in TNA wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, that was actually pretty good too. Yeah,
I loved his moves like the 5-star frog
Frog
splash,
Splash,
the rolling thunder.
Van Daminator,
Yeah.
Van
Terminator.
Terminator.
I like how they
Yeah.
added the Ader to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so, when he came, he wasn't the most liked because, of his character Monday Night coming in. Like, everyone was like, who's this guy? But, I appreciate him because I knew him on ECW. And so far, he had a pretty good career. But the dude gives it 100% on every match. It's crazy.
yeah.
Someone's
And
like,
then
Dude,
with
dude,
his
it
Frog
makes-
Splash,
it makes-
he can hit you from anywhere from it.
yeah,
You
like
know-
across the ring. He
He
jumps
can hit you
off
from
there.
across the ring. He can do a 180 on the some bitch. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
There's nobody in the world should be doing that shit.
All
Damn.
right, we're on to number 2.
You want me to go or you want to go?
Outlaw, you're first, so
All right.
you're number 2.
My number 2, and it's actually close between 1 and 2. I like Taker more, but right there behind them close is Sting. I've
Oh.
always been a huge Sting
Ooh.
fan.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I mean, when I was a kid, I remember I never really watched a whole lot of WCW, but I always caught what Sting was doing, or
90s
what
Sting?
the beats the Surfer Sting, and then
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think many wrestlers have ever recreated themselves so drastically, and it worked so good, like when he did it in like '96 when he switched over to the Crow
when he
Sting,
turned to the
and
Crow.
and
Oh yes.
as a wrestling fan, I've always dreamed, and apparently it's just going to stay a dream match to see Taker versus Sting at Mania. I thought that'd
Oh
be,
yes.
if there was ever a match that made sense, it's that one, because you have the heart and soul of WWE and the heart and soul of
Versus the Heart
WCW.
and
So
Soul of WCW.
always going to be Sting, man, number 2. I met him. My wife actually fell on him in the ring, and he was a super nice guy and picked her up and gave her a hug. So Sting, number 2.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Sting
Nice.
from matches with Hogan, matches with Flair.
Nikita Koloff.
yeah.
I mean, Abdullah the Butcher,
Koloff.
Cactus Jack,
Muda.
Muda. Yeah.
Dude, he had good matches with Lex Luger too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean,
He was one of
and
those guys
anybody
that
that
had
can
good matches
say
with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody that can say they had a good match with Lex Luger has got to be a good worker. I mean, because Lex Luger's not the greatest worker, but yeah, Sting's the man, dude. Sting, like they say, like Ric Flair said, dude, in a couple of the DVDs, he said, the only thing about Sting I wish he wouldn't have done is I wish he wouldn't have been so hard-headed and went to WWE because Vince would have made him bigger than Hogan or anybody.
Yeah.
You know, he would have been bigger than Warrior and all of them. Like if he just had that McMahon push, but you know.
Well, I'm kind of glad he did it now that I see how they used him.
No, I am too. Yeah, he still was huge, you know.
Yeah.
But and it was one of those things where it wasn't a Vince thing, it wasn't a Vince creation, so it may not have gotten a push.
Yeah.
You know, like it, you know, so it worked out for him.
There's no way that Taker versus Sting shouldn't have happened, man. No way.
Yeah.
I know, dude. I know, man. They dropped the ball on that one.
Didn't he star in a couple? He left for like either TV or for movies for a little bit.
Who, Sting?
Yeah.
No.
Sting did a couple of like low budget. I think he actually did a Western once, maybe.
I think
he
so.
did.
Yeah, I remember.
He left.
He did like a documentary on himself.
He did the moment.
So
he did like a Bible. I have it. I enjoy
it.
It's a moment of truth where he kind of like got saved and talks about how he saved his life. But he did. I'm wanting to say he did like a TNT special of some sort, and it's something else maybe. I just can't remember exactly what it was. And he did Thunder in Paradise a couple of times. I believe.
Oh yeah, Hogan's show.
Yeah.
Leroy said his favorite wrestler is Nacho Libre. Okay. Nacho.
Yeah.
All right.
Nacho.
All right, Pat. You're up. Number 2.
My number 2 was from Sarasota, Florida. I think he's second generation because his father and brother were both wrestlers. And he did this devastating elbow off the top rope. It's the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Ooh,
yeah.
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I can watch YouTube videos of him hitting the elbow just over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, dude.
That's the most beautiful.
CM Punk botched it so bad.
Oh, my God, dude.
Dude, CM Punk ruined that damn elbow. Right. Macho Man's the dude.
Trunks. What the hell? You wore the pink trunks trying to commemorate Macho, but you still messed up the elbow.
Right. How does that happen?
I think the only other sweet elbow off the top rope is Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Matches with Flair for the title at one WrestleMania. His match against Warrior. His match against Hogan.
Steamboat, dude.
The greatest match of all time.
Steamboat, baby.
Steamboat at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely.
In Detroit, Michigan.
Best match ever. Yeah.
Pontiac Silverdome. Woo.
Yeah.
One of the best Intercontinental matches that doesn't have to involve a stipulation to it. You know?
Did you like him better as a face or a heel?
I like them both ways, as a face and heel.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just him. He was always the same way. It didn't matter if he was trying to, you know.
Even whenever he was the face, he was still really never like a baby face. He was still kind of like
he was a heelish face. Let's say that he was a heelish face.
Yeah.
And he was a face like heel.
That promo he cut, my favorite promo he cuts, when he walks in, he just barges in when Mean Gene's talking, and he's got the little coffee cup, and he's like,
"Oh yeah,
what are you doing with that?" He's like, "This is his cup of coffee." Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, another one he did was when he had the cream at WrestleMania 3. He was like, "The cream rises to the top." Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even bringing props, his outfits when he came out to the ring.
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth as his manager.
Was that his real wife? Were they really?
At a time, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I heard she like hooked up with Lex Luger. Is that true?
That was years later.
Oh, that was fake.
That was later. And then I think Luger's still associated with her death.
Yeah, he is.
So,
Okay.
They said that he had something to do with it.
All right, number 3, 2. Where are we on?
2.
Number 2. Chad.
Well, mine, I'll just zoom right through mine. It's Shawn Michaels. So we already talked about old Heartbreak Kid. So he's
Okay.
my number 2 for sure.
All right. Shawn Michaels.
Heartbreak Kid, man.
HBK.
Was he the official founder of DX, or was that Triple H?
It was no, they both co-founded.
Okay.
After Sean, Scott, and Kevin all left for WCW, it was just Triple H and Sean. Oh, yeah, I'm using the names correctly. Those two were still there, and then they decided to form DX with China, the late China.
All right. My number 2 is going to be. I just recently watched a documentary on Netflix, and I had to put this guy up there. He went through bad times, and
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake Roberts. So the resurrection of Jake the Snake.
The originator of the DDT.
Yes, I love that move.
Absolutely.
He really sold it with his little, lasso.
He made it.
And then Damien.
No one can do it better.
He had a good gimmick, man. Brought the snake out, and people were terrified of it. I would be that big python, and so.
Damien.
But if I've the first thing I was exposed that he was really. I said, how come he never really made it bigger than he was? Never, had the championship belts. His, alcoholism, drugs, heavy hardcore drugs. After watching, Beyond the Mat, seeing him like that, and then, but watching, the resurrection and seeing him, come a long way. Dude's like high 50s, like mid 50s.
Yeah.
And still trying to get in there. But it's cool that they inducted him in the Hall of Fame after some bad blood with him and Vince.
Dude, the thing about Jake, man, is everybody talks about Dusty Rhodes and everybody talks about like their talking ability, but for me, Jake always gripped me as a better talker than anybody. I mean, his psychology, his eyes, he never yelled, he never screamed. He could he could butcher you by not even saying anything, just staring at you. Like you could actually see the pain behind his eyes. And I mean, if you go back and watch that promo he cut whenever Earthquake squashed Damien, dude, that shit's hard to watch. I mean, even though he's cutting a fake promo, you can just feel the pain he's got in him. So,
it's believable.
He never had to over the top yell. He was pretty calm. He was calm, and he really grabbed your attention when he spoke.
And then grabbed your neck when he dropped you on your head. Best DDT I saw was when he dropped Ricky, and he hit. It was when he hit the pavement.
Oh yeah, on the concrete.
Saturday Night SmackDown.
Flat.
And he legit almost killed him. Yeah, that was crazy. His head swelled up like a watermelon when they got backstage. Like it was insane. Yeah.
Just thinking about it makes me want to. Ain't got what in my head.
All right, Outlaw, number 3 for you.
Number 3. This guy, it's gonna give me some heat, but it is what it is. When I was a kid, this guy got me into wrestling. He's the reason I'm doing the stream. He just needs to get his shit together, and that's always going to be Hulk Hogan. I mean, when I was a kid, I had pajamas, I had the banners, I had the toys, I even had a camera that would take a picture, and he'd always be in the picture with you. So I had like 11 pictures of me with the fake Hulk Hogan. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I had a little watch that you could like flip open right here, and he was flexing, and it would tell the time. So I met him too. He's a super nice guy, and so I mean, there's so many. I can talk about so many moments. I mean, I had WrestleMania 3 on beta, and I used to watch that shit all the time with him slamming Andre. It's the most iconic memory I have as a child was just watching that, because I remember Andre. My dad talked about Andre the way that I talked about Taker in the later years of the streak. The way so to see Hogan in that streak that Andre had, or whatever, it depends on who you talk to. 15 years never losing clean or whatever. So Hogan, baby.
About Hogan and Andre, that was the second time they actually wrestled each other.
Yeah, they wrestled once in
First time was
'79 at Shea Stadium.
Yep, back around my hometown.
Yeah, and it was raining. I remember that. I don't remember it, but I remember watching it.
Yeah.
All right, Pat.
Yeah, even when you wrestled Sergeant Slaughter for the title,
WrestleMania 7
against Whoreder at WrestleMania 6.
Yeah.
He's the one that made wrestling, like, he was like the most like well known, and his gimmick of WrestleManiacs, or what do they call them? Hulksters.
Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you started WrestleManiacs, Chad. You were the. But yeah,
awesome.
I mean, other than in recent years, dude, you can't blame him being on your list that high, man.
Yeah, you can't blame him.
Not at all, dude. Anybody that thinks about wrestling that doesn't, if you went up to 10 people on the street that knew nothing about wrestling, name a wrestler.
There you go.
9 of the 10 people, Hulk Hogan's gonna be the first thing. Yeah, that's the thing Hulk Hogan does. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Arn Anderson was saying. And when I was watching, they said Hulk Hogan will forever be the #1, icon with the wrestling business. I mean, not because people, that's just who people know,
Yep. Terry Bollea.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Whoreder.
No, Terry Bollea.
Terry Bollea is his real name.
I found out that Hulk Hogan wasn't his name.
Also when he did like television shows, he did movies, everyone knew him. Everyone was like, oh, Hulk Hogan's coming out with a movie. Really? Let's go and see it. Turned out to be not so good, But still, his name is to it. Everyone's going to go see, let's go see Hulk Hogan.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Pat, number 3.
My number 3. I would have to say Antonio Inoki from Japan. He's the original. I think right now he's the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's internationally known within because he fought Muhammad Ali. Was Japan's greatest wrestler at one time, so I had to go international and go with Antonio Inoki.
Okay, I remember he made an appearance in WWE, right?
Yeah, he's actually in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Antonio Inoki?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, that's a surprise. Like, I mean, great pick, but I don't know much about him. You didn't think I was going to go
international real quick?
You busted, internationally. Nice. All right, you're up, Chad. Is it someone original that you're bringing up?
It's Taker. Taker's my number 3.
Cool.
Yeah. Like my top 5, like they've already been named, but so Taker's my number 3 on there because it's again, he's just one of the best ever. I'll never forget the first time he walked out in Survivor Series, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was terrified because I used to rent those videotapes from the store. We never used to get pay-per-views. I'd go to my grandparents' house on the weekends, go to the video store, and rent 1990 wrestling VHSs. So I rented that, and that's all I knew about wrestling was those videotapes. And I saw him, $1 Billion Man, announced his mystery partner to the group, and he walked out, and I was as scared. I was just as scared of Paul Bearer as I was of. Well, Paul Bearer wasn't with him then, though, was he?
That was Brother Love with him, yeah.
Brother Love the first time, yeah. But Yeah, Taker terrified me, and then Brother Love terrified me. Yeah, Brother Love, dude. So you got
Brother
Taker's my
Love.
number 3.
The
Yeah.
redheaded Southern Baptist best.
Hands down, he has like the best entrance, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
shut the
Best
lights,
entrance
all
music.
dark.
If you see it live too, I mean, because I've seen him at like
Oh.
Mania and SummerSlam, and
Yeah.
but if you see him at Mania, dude, it feels like you're seeing somebody come from another world. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Just like 21, WrestleMania 21. He didn't actually walk down the aisle. He floated.
Yeah.
I remember that
Wait,
gimmick,
is he
the
moving?
night creatures? Were they the night creatures?
No, that's the Druids.
The druids. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought they had like little fans in the audience.
Yeah,
like,
he used to call them the creatures of the night.
oh, the creatures of the
Yeah, he
night.
calls them
Okay.
creatures.
There you go.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy stole that from him.
All right.
Um,
look at Biz. Jordan says, "Hoarder, you don't know about Inoki? I'll give you knowledge on him in the future." Yeah, right. Mr. Wrestling himself.
Oh man, Jordan knows so much about wrestling.
He knows
Oh,
more than
Biz.
any of us.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Biz is
Nice. All right, great guys.
Oh,
Active
yes.
in the chat. You guys are play along. You can list your. I'm not gonna name who you're naming because it'll spoil our list, but play along. My number 3, and I'm sorry because I know it's on your list, Outlaw, but I have them ranked number 3. I love them originally because of their costumes. It had spikes, and that's the Road Warriors animal.
Oh yeah,
Hawk and Animal.
Yeah,
What a rush!
greatest tag team ever.
absolutely.
Just
Yeah, man, for sure.
just seeing that. I mean, being a big fan of like Road Warrior, Mad Max, and seeing them have that kind of outfit and the face paint, their hair, but just their finishing move, the leg drop off the top rope, awesome, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
They just
so
best
thought
tag
that
team
was
ever.
the Doomsday device, the clothes.
Yeah, the Doomsday device, the top rope clothesline. Yeah, when they had him on the show.
oh, okay, that's right. See,
Had him up top, yeah.
yeah, so
And
I know Hawk.
Animal just threw him after Hawk closed on them.
I mean,
He
I
didn't
used to
give
think
a
people
damn.
were
He was
dying when they got hit with that because they would flip.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was the most devastating finisher that they had back in the '90s. When people, when they got hit with the Doomsday device, I thought they were dead.
Curtains, real curtains. I was like, one looked like he really folded up after he got closed on. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Well, then in the War Games, when they did it to J.J. Dillon and separated his shoulder because the way the way he landed, he flipped, but he didn't flip all the way, and he landed flat. I mean, just like right on his shoulder, dude.
Oh
And
yeah.
he said every day he wakes up in the morning, he looks in the mirror, he still has that on his shoulder. He still see where he separated it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's the Road Warriors.
People are popping off in the chat. Like Barry Horowitz. Shit.
Dude, Barry Horowitz, best jobber ever.
Yeah, dude. Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Brooklyn
Dude,
Rollins.
I'll give you a quick story about Barry Horowitz real quick. My mom, he lives in the Nashville area, right? So my mom, when I was a kid, this was probably 93, 94, I was like 10 or 11. He used to come to my mom's doctor's office that she worked for. And she asked him one day about, because she said he looked like a wrestler. He was a bigger guy. So she asked him who it was, and he told her. So she came and told me, and said he was scheduled to come back for a checkup like 2 or 3 days later. She was like, son, do you want Barry Horowitz's autograph? I said, absolutely not, Mom. I was 11 years old and turned down Barry Horowitz's autograph. I was like, man, that's pretty awesome.
Oh God.
I just thought that was a funny story.
Yeah, man.
As an 11-year-old kid, I still didn't want his autograph, but
You had standards at 11, dude. I feel.
yeah, somehow
You weren't gonna stoop that low, dude.
Actually, another funny story. I was at the TNA taping. It was like, 2005, 2006. Me and my little brother were there and stuff like that, and Conan and R-Truth, currently in WWE at the time. I was about to ask him for an autograph, and then this kid comes out of nowhere and asks me for my autograph. I was like, what? aren't you a wrestler? I'm like, no, I'm not.
They thought you were one too.
They confused me for a wrestler. And I was 21 at the time, so.
You should have just signed it and made up a name.
Yeah, I should have did that. Thanks for everything. And then I will probably put like a current wrestler's name, Elix Skipper, and then just give it to him and walk away. Like, oh, I got prime time. Like, that would have been so funny.
Okay, number 4, Outlaw.
Number 4 has already been said. For me, it was Macho Man. So.
Oh yeah.
One of the best.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, back to you, Pat.
All right, number 5 for me. I'm going tag team. They're currently from this state, North Carolina. It's the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff.
Yeah, man.
Those two together were just magic. Real life brothers. Came to WWF at a very young age. Jeff was like 16 at the time. Matt was probably like 18. Not really sure the age of Matt. During the time of them being jobbers at WWE. And then first tag team title win was against the Acolytes on a Monday Night Raw. And then
Heck yeah.
After that, Jeff and Solo won World Championships, Intercontinental title, Hardcore title, European title. Matt won U.S. Cruiserweight. He won Hardcore as well.
ECW.
Won the ECW title. So on their own, they did pretty good as well. So as separate and collectively. And how many times they won like 12, 13 tag team titles together? So
yeah, plus they're still going in TNA. They're still going. So I mean,
yeah, they're still going.
To this day, they're still main eventing. So yeah.
Either alone or together. One of the other, we say the Warriors, the World Warriors are the best tag team. Second best for me is the Hardy Boys. Don't get me wrong, I do like the other tag teams in the world. I do like Heart Foundation, Demolition.
Hey, just stick with yours, man. Don't be naming enough. You're spoiling my list. One at a time. All right.
My bad.
Chad.
What are we, 4?
We're at 4.
Yeah, we're at 4.
I've already been named. Sting's my number 4.
Okay, sweet.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Number 5. Oh, that's you. My bad. Sorry, bro.
What was that?
Oh, my bad. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right, this is a hint. Hey, yo!
Razor Ramon, Scott Hall.
Right.
Dude. He's my number 10, dude. He's in my top 10 for sure.
Razor
Say hello to the bad guy.
Yeah. At first, I thought it was a cheesy gimmick with, the look like some dude from Miami, some Mexican from
Tony
Miami.
Montana, dog.
Nah,
yeah,
Tony
exactly.
Montana. Scarface.
But when he got all pumped up and then did the Razor's Edge, that just was did it for me. So wasn't too big of his later years when he was just Scott Hall, but man, he'd always be Razor to me. Like he had epic ladder matches, but he was always famous for his Intercontinental title runs and having matches with Shawn Michaels and who were some other.
What was great about Razor? Sorry, Whoreder. I was just gonna say, he was like he even said it in like some shoot interviews. He basically was like the gatekeeper for WWE back in the day. Like to get to the top, to get to where you was gonna fight Shawn or Brett or Diesel, you had to go through Razor.
Gotcha.
And if Razor worked with you in the ring and thought this dude can go, then he went up and fought them guys. If he couldn't work, then they sent him back down. Like he was the guy that you fought before you got to Shawn or before you got to Diesel. You know what I'm saying?
He was the bouncer, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
He basically just picked up like Jake the Snake's role, because if you think about back what Jake used to do, he did the same thing for Hogan. They'd always have somebody work a program with Jake, and then if you could work, then they threw you up there with Hogan. If you didn't, you went back down to, the Brooklyn Brawler. And
when you think about it, I mean, like with Jake and Macho, and Jake and Warrior.
Yep.
Jake and that definitely made sense right there. Yep.
Yeah, Rick Martel. Oh shit! Don't say that name.
Yeah.
All right. Number
5.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me has already been said, but it's Shawn Michaels. I mean, he's the man. Probably the greatest wrestler of all time, technician wise and high flyer. I mean, he's just the best.
Yeah.
All right, Pat, you're up again.
All right, my number 5. Oh, good. Well, I was about to mention him before I stopped. We were talking about Razor. It's the model, Rick Martel.
Oh, okay.
There you
go. One half of the Can-Am connection with Tito Santana, which was already mentioned during the match. His whole model persona was pretty funny. It was kind of like what Tyler Breeze, well, he's in past 2000, so I can't say his name. Tyler Breeze and Flippin' Fandango is doing. Like,
it's totally what they're doing. Yep.
So they really took.
Wasn't the tag team he was in with Tito? I think that was called Strike Force, wasn't it? Pretty sure they were the tag team champions. It was Strike Force, yeah.
Oh, I think it was Strike Force.
Can-Am Connection was that was Can-Am was Rick Martel and it wasn't Tito.
Tito Santana and wasn't it?
Tito Santana.
No, Strike Force and Rick Martel Strike Force, but Rick Martel was in a Can-Am Connection, but it was him and I think Z-Man, not Z-Man, but it was like I'll look it up, but he was in both those tag teams. They were both really good.
That's what I thought. Yeah. His Strike Force was tag team champions, and they were a really good tag team.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Rick was one another, like, he actually had a submission hold for his finisher, the Boston Crab. So I liked him because he changed it up. He did a striking move to finish the match. His match was he was going to methodically injure you, and then in the process, at the end, strap that crab on you. You're going to tap out.
And that's something too, man. The Boston Crab, he did it. It looked better than anybody else's, I thought. Still, the way he put it on you, like, it had a cool look to it.
We're not.
Yeah, Can-Am Connection was Tom Zink.
That's
Rick Martel and Tom Zink was Can-Am. Tom Zink. Yeah.
And then there was cool.
My bad. Okay, so him and Tito was in.
Yeah, him and Tito won the belts with Strike Force. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Rick had sort of rivalry with Tatanka at the time.
Yep.
For his feathers. So yeah, it's the model, Rick Martel.
The model.
Spraying arrogance all over the place.
Right,
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're up.
Mine's been named Macho Man. Oh yeah, number 5, Macho Man.
All right, on everyone's list.
Yeah.
My number 5 is a tag team. Started in ECW. They've been everywhere, but they've won so many titles, crazy. And that is 3D, the Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys.
So
there you go.
Just like their gimmick, testify. And then they brought out the table, get the tables. So, just ECW days when they had, Spike Dudley and when Big Dudley. Yeah, Sign Guy. Just love their whole, performance. A lot of it was Joel Gertner. Just classic one-liners. But just
I liked it when they first came to WWE though. It was still like Bubba still powerbombing people through tables, and then he had like this weird trance after you did it. That was just awesome.
Oh yeah, he powerbombed me through the table several times.
Oh,
it was insane.
Yes.
Damn, you
Let's just
spoiled
think about that for a minute, dude.
No, I'm kidding.
Powerbombing us.
Dude,
What,
think about that for a minute, dude. Yeah. She was like at 75, 80 years old then, dude. Think about them doing that now, how much shit they would get for that, dude.
Oh, dude.
They can't
Yeah.
even hit you in the head with a chair. Right, but I'm saying, like, dude, some of the stuff they did in the Attitude Era, man, is insane to think about. Like, that they got away with it back then, dude.
Didn't they powerbomb her one time from the ramp through the table?
From
Yes,
off the ring
dude.
through a table
Yes.
down.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, they turned that shit off the network now if they did that.
They talk about they talk about it on the Dudley Boys documentary, and she talks about how she loved it. She said that she would keep doing it. Like she said, if I die in the ring, that would be the best way for me to go, doing what I love doing. Like she loved wrestling, dude.
She said it made her moist.
Yeah.
It was one tough chick, man. Even at 80
was,
years old.
Sure.
Damn.
Yeah, she wasn't
80 years
playing,
old and you want to get powerbombed through a table.
All right, number 6.
Number 6 for me. When I seen this guy, I was blown away with him. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I love him, dude. And that's Psycho Sid. You know, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people talk about how the DDT is devastating, which it is. But see, I didn't see that happen. I kind of seen the birth of the powerbomb. The powerbomb will always be my favorite move. And just something about the way that he did that to people, I thought he killed them. There was always something about the way that you flip back from the Doomsday Device and the way your body flipped from the powerbomb, and just how tall he was, the way he talked. You know, the Millennium Man, the Master of the World. I'm the ruler. I mean, I remember Survivor Series '96 when he wrestled Shawn. I love Shawn, but I was cheering for Sid because if you've not seen that moment, YouTube it. Survivor Series '96 entrance. The entire crowd at Madison Square Garden turns on Shawn and goes with Sid because he just had that presence about him where you knew that shit was about to get real. So it's like Sid.
Yeah, man. That was a good one. That was a good pick.
His ass came out in jeans, and he just like
and cussed. Yeah. I mean, I remember when Jose Lothario was having that fake heart attack. They probably edited it off the network, but I remember as I was watching, he looked over and said, "Fucking die," and I was like, "Oh shit, this guy ain't playing, dude."
Yes.
But he also
he forgot other times that he was in a work. Like in his interviews, dude, he forgot it was a work. And he was just shooting. That's why he couldn't talk.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have had to talk. Like he didn't. He just needs to whip ass, dude. Like, that's what was so funny. Like
when he just stared in front of the camera and said he ruled the world, that was enough. But like that interview he did with Jim Ross, whenever he fucks up and he goes, "Hey man, let's redo that." And Jim Ross goes, "Hey brother, we're live." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like
Roman in history.
He's just like Roman Reigns. He shouldn't have to talk, dude.
Yeah. That was the funny part about it. I loved his messed up promo. I was like, wow, this guy can't talk for shit. Not like him powerbombing people.
Yeah, man, he's great. Love Sid.
Oh, wait. I'd rather call it the Psycho Bomb.
Yeah, he was.
Because he was Psycho Sid at the time. I was like, I called it Psycho Bombs.
I remember him being called like Sid Vicious, Sid Justice.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was Lord Humongous. He had several names. He was.
Yeah.
Let's see. The thing too is, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to ruin anybody's list. But he actually got nicknamed Psycho Sid because of a fight he had with somebody, and he stabbed him like 20 times. So just in case that person's on that list, I don't want to blast it. But
he was my
Sid ain't no
mention,
joke, dude. Yeah, Sid ain't no joke. So I loved his music, man, because even before he was Psycho Sid, when he was Sid Justice, he had a very intense entrance. But then when he became Psycho Sid, he had a very horror themed, like Psycho style, like I love that shit, man. I love Psycho Sid.
Yeah, man. Yeah. For sure, man. Good pick right there.
Good pick. He's on my list. Okay, Pat. 6.
My number 6. Well, it's kind of funny. 6 is somewhat associated with him. I have to go with Sean Waltman, a.k.a. the 1-2-3 Kid, a.k.a. Six Pac, a.k.a. X-Pac. When he was young, he was just a straight up, I think he was like 19 years old when he started fully wrestling. When he was professional with WWE. His first match, he beat Scott Hall.
Yeah.
And kind of got his name 123 Kid from Razor Ramon. Not Razor Ramon, the Macho Man. And he was like, he beat you 123. And I was like, Kid, he did kicks and stuff like that. Did splashes, springboards.
Bronco Buster.
Oh, don't even think about that maneuver. I think that maneuver he found in Japan. Because he wrestled in Japan at first under the name Lightning Kid with Jerry Lynn and stuff like that. And so, yeah, throughout the years, he's been European champion, Intercontinental champion, one half of tag team champions, cruiserweight champion, light heavyweight champion.
One night in China champion too, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't gonna say it because I thought it was too soon, but there it is, man.
Damn.
No, I love X-Pac,
that
dude.
far.
I love X-Pac, dude. He's one of my favorite guys to watch shoot interview. I'm a big shoot interview guy, and he's one of the best guys to watch on those, man. Him and Kevin Nash both. But I love X-Pac, dude. I'm right there with you there.
All right.
All right, Chad, you're up. Number 6.
Number 6, I don't really need to say nothing else. Stone Cold Steve Austin, dude.
Oh,
Stone Cold. Yes. Stone Cold is Stone Cold, dude. He's the other one.
Yeah,
like if you ask 10 people that know nothing about wrestling, 10 of them is probably gonna say Hogan, but they're also gonna say Stone Cold too, man. Dude's so over, man.
Yeah.
And I used to love him back when he was in WCW when he was part of the Hollywood Blondes with Brian Pillman.
Oh man,
yeah.
Love that.
I loved his promos that he did in ECW. I loved. I wasn't a fan really when he first came to WWF, but it wasn't his fault. It was just the gimmicks they were putting on him. But once he beat Jake at King of the Ring '96, and he hit him with that 316, Austin 316, said, "I just whipped your ass." It was over after that, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that promo.
He's responsible. Yeah. So many people watched wrestling back then that never watched it again after that, simply because of Stone Cold Steve Austin. What is he going to do to Vince McMahon? You know what I mean? And that's really all I need to say about Stone Cold. I mean, he's got one of the best finishers ever.
Stunner.
Yeah.
Whereas Hogan probably made wrestling, nobody will ever duplicate how much money Stone Cold made for the WWE.
Oh, dude, and it's still making. It's still making.
I mean, you can go to a house show where I live. The closest building is Rupp Arena, and house shows now they taper off the entire nosebleeds and half of the mid level. Dude, when Stone Cold came to a house show back in the day, you couldn't buy a ticket anywhere. The nosebleeds were sold out. Everything was sold out, and that was just for a house show. So that just goes to show how much money he sold out more venues than anybody. I'm not a big fan of him, but he is definitely the man as far as making the money for.
I'm definitely a big fan of him. His matches with Bret Hart from WrestleMania 13 and Survivor Series.
Yep.
That's the King of the Ring tournament when he won it. Oh my goodness! Just done everybody.
His debut, the Ringmaster.
The Ringmaster was
stunning.
When he was with Ted DiBiase.
Yeah.
He was the ringmaster with Ted DiBiase and stuff like that. Had the $1 Million belt.
Best documentary they ever made was for him too. I think. I mean,
the legacy or
no, the bottom line on the greatest superstar of all time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man. They need to do all documentaries like that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the old '90s documentaries that they had and stuff like that for them on VHS. I used to own those stuff.
Stone Cold Truth and all those,
Yeah. Because Stone Cold Said So was another good one.
All right. Yeah. So, ironically, that was my next pick at number 6. I'm gonna.
There we go.
I want to substitute because I want to mention, big fan. Like he gets a lot of hate because of his gimmick, but that was.
Go.
Dustin Rhodes, man. One of the best entrances when I don't know, it was just something when all the glitter comes down. turns, all gold and the lights and
And it looks like a widescreen film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Marlena.
song's title was Gold Lust.
But yeah, there was just something like I always rooted for him. I know he had some epic matches with Razor, Shawn Michaels. But is he still?
Roddy Piper, that street fight he had with Roddy Piper was the best match he ever
the
had.
Beverly Hills Street Fight at WrestleMania 12.
Yeah, man. When they did the whole spot with the OJ thing.
Yes. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that shit.
You remember that match
he ran over Roddy Piper, dude.
Remember that match you had with Bunkhouse Buck? Yeah, we're in that vehicle.
Oh, dude. That's on the top 50.
You gotta remind me of that match.
Yeah.
That was so bad, but it was so funny, dude, looking back at that kind of gimmicks they had.
Remember when you tried to give Robin Johnson mouth to mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, dude. That was funny. Old Goldust, man. That's a good substitute there, Whoreder.
Yeah, man. I had to mention them. Number 7, Outlaw.
Number 7 for me, this guy is the greatest, in my opinion, Intercontinental Champion of all time. It's a travesty he never won the belt in WWE or WCW. And that's Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. The guy had great matches with everybody, dude. I mean, he had so many great matches, and he's so unappreciated. To this day, even, really. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. Great, he had the awesome matches with Brad at SummerSlam '91. He had good matches with everybody, man. I mean, he made Hogan look like $1 million back in the day, also, and I just always loved his look. So, Mr. Perfect's number 7 for me.
There we go.
I heard
that was great.
He got into a brawl on the plane with Brock Lesnar back
then. Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
they almost
2000.
Can you imagine? Like he was one tough dude to stick up to a big boy like that.
He didn't give a shit.
He's from Robbinsdale, Illinois. He was around where the War Warriors were coming from, so yeah.
Nice. All right, Pat, what you got?
I'm up. Well, going with that with Blu-ray Outlaw's pick, he's a good friend of Kurt Hennig's. I have to say, the ravishing one, Rick Rude.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. He's on here.
One of the most devastating neck breakers in wrestling. The Rude Awakening. He just didn't drop you in it. He actually played with you before he dropped you in it. The whole gyration.
Yeah, that pants. He had spandex like of a woman, and when he moved, it would it would look like she's smiling.
His spandex was one of the unique things about him. One time he had the Intercontinental Championship on him. He was in like a rivalry with somebody. He had his wife's face on his trunks.
Jake Snake, Jake Snake's wife.
Yeah.
She was in the crowd that night, and they had legit heat for that. Like Jake really wanted to get him that night for that.
And the whole thing about him being associated with a certain manager, which I'm not naming because we can put name managers. It was just his whole style. He just after he comes into the ring, he's like, let me take my robe off for all the women in the arena, and all the men can be jealous at me. He was trying to make women hate him, guys hate him, kids hate him. He didn't really care. He really wanted to be the heel of all heels. So,
man.
Ravishing Rick Rude is my number 7.
Nice.
And he had great matches with Steamboat in WCW too, man.
And Warrior.
Oh, dude, he did. He made Warrior look like $1 million. That's the best matches we ever had. Was
SummerSlam '90. That cage match is fucking awesome.
Cage match,
perfect, man. He worked his ass off that match too. So I love Rick Rude.
Rude was a good worker.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he was. Is it me number 7?
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 7 for me is the great one, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, number 7.
There you go.
We don't really have to. I mean, again, dude, him and Stone Cold together, dude, are responsible.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania.
A big part. There are three WrestleMania matches, and then
WrestleMania matches.
The Rock,
15, 17, 19.
Yeah, the mic skills the Rock had is better than anybody. I mean, it's the Rock, dude. You know, he had his match.
Yeah,
He's great, dude. There's not much else to say about it. The Rock's number
the
7 for me.
The only match I really was not happy with was his match against Goldberg.
Yeah, that little feud was Goldberg's. Well, he's
his entire
coming up for me next round.
WWE run.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah,
and it was totally one of those things. It was totally one of those things for me where I just think that Vince just didn't want to do nothing with him because it wasn't his creation, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, number 7 for me is The Rock.
Oh yeah, Rocky Maivia. All right, my number 7 is a tag team that really. That's like one of my first memories of, you know, where, dude, they had to be together in order to, you know, be successful, and that was the Killer Bees.
Oh yes,
yeah. The Killer Bees, dude. They used to always get in with the Heart Foundation, but they, you know, their gimmick was they would, when one person's really hurt, the other one, they both would go underneath the ring and switch masks, and you know, and it was an illegal move, but that's how they would win a lot of their matches. That was their gimmick. So, just loved some of their matches with the Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, they still leave. They still live on every day because Iron Sheik hates Brian Blair so much. So.
Oh, dude.
Doesn't Iron Sheik hate everybody?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It does. Brian Blair.
So we're number 8.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 8 for me. I mean, I was shocked when I was a kid at WrestleMania 6 when he beat Hogan. That's Ultimate Warrior. I always loved him. You know, he's you know, everybody says what they want about him not being a great worker and stuff, and I don't really. I mean, he's not great, but I don't agree with all the hate he gets. I think he had some great matches with Rude. He had some great matches with Mr. Perfect. Obviously, they carried him, but the match with Hogan was a good match. Told a great story. It did exactly what it needed to do. Nobody will ever match his entrance. And, I mean, to think about all the main events that Hogan was in and to lose clean against somebody at 6 and to have a face versus face, title versus title, you can
which was unheard of.
Yeah, which is unheard of. To this day, still really. So, always be the Ultimate Warrior, and I'm really happy he got to have his weekend and he got to go in the Hall of Fame. And just, I wish he was still around to, you know, do more stuff because even whenever it was cool for everybody to hate Warrior, I never jumped on the bandwagon. I always loved him, and you know, always will. So number 8 for me will be the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've always been Team Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been Warrior fan since I was a kid too. One of the quickest matches in WrestleMania history against Triple H.
Yeah, WrestleMania 12. Yeah.
Yeah. And when he beat Honky Tonk at SummerSlam for the IC title, he was the longest running title holder, and he lost it in 18 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, running straight from. Yeah, it was. I guess the match against Rick Rude. He ran all the way from the top of the stairs, ran all the way down them, and did his thing on the ropes. And I was like, this guy has to be tired every time he does that. Did it at WrestleMania. He did it every single time. Just straight up. When his music hit, you see him run. He's like, it's just like you see track and field. Gun, go up, bang, run. And after that, he gets in the ring, does the gorilla press, splash, 1, 2, 3, match over. He runs it right back out. I'm like, what the hell?
What you got, Pat?
All right, number 8.
You're doing this in your head, aren't you?
I always do it in my head.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, man.
I have to say, my number 8 is the late Owen Hart, the Rocket.
There we go.
Blue Blazer.
Yeah.
Blazer, other thing he was known for, but him teaming up with Coco Beware for high energy, his missile drop kicks, his standing drop kicks, his being an all-around technical wrestler, being trained by his father, as well as his, well, we already said Heart Foundation with his brother and stuff like that. Actually, the youngest of the Hart family to wrestle, and his other brothers were wrestlers as well. He just followed in his footsteps and became really great. Intercontinental champion, European champion, 2-time Slammy Award winner, flipping tag team champions with another late superstar. Member of the Hart Foundation as well. Just basically all of his accolades, and also the one who broke Steve Austin's neck. I also would like to remind everyone, a bot's tombstone broke Steve Austin's neck due to Owen Hart. So
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
So, yep.
Great pick.
Number 8 is the Rocket.
Right, Chad?
All right, my number 8. We talked about him after my number 7 pick, but Goldberg's my number 8. Dude, the impact Goldberg had, man, was insane. Like the mystique about him, he just came out of nowhere and he beat Hugh Morris, and then he wasn't speaking in any of his promos. Then he just got on that huge winning streak, and then when he fought Hogan on Monday Nitro in his hometown in Georgia, they sold out 60,000 people in the Georgia Dome, dude, within a week's notice for that match, dude. They gave it away for free on Nitro, dude. They could have made millions of dollars
for sure.
in pay-per-view money.
Yeah.
They could have filled 100,000 people. They could have filled the Silver Dome, dude. Goldberg's his power was insane, dude. The way he used to spear people, it never gets old to him, dude. And then when his WCW run, when he went to WWE, there wasn't a lot of bright spots, but his bright spot in WWE was the freaking Elimination Chamber match.
Oh,
he was destroying everybody.
Oh,
and of course they buried him. Triple H buried him, of course.
At the end.
Yeah, but should have won. But that whole segment, dude, was one of the best segments I've ever seen. Like him killing, just going through Randy Orton, going through Jericho, spear Jericho through the pod, and it didn't break at first, so we had to keep pushing through it, dude. Just didn't give a fuck, dude. Goldberg's my number 8, man.
Take the pod.
Please gonna get a return. Yeah.
What was his streak? Where did it end at? 170 something?
I think it was 173
like that,
or 172.
No, it was like 190 something.
And who ended it?
Kevin
It was like
Nash.
197.
Kevin Nash.
And like
Kevin Nash ended at
Starrcade 98, yeah.
Because of Scott Hall and his flipping taser. Or nightstick or whatever.
Yeah, that was such a lame win.
That was a lame way to
lose.
You get stunned and then you get powerbombed, then lose.
Yeah. All right, my number 8 was Randy Savage. I'm gonna substitute. Alternate Yoshihiro Tajiri, a boy from
the Japanese buzzsaw.
Dude, I dude, his tarantula move on the ropes, and then his little whatever springboard where he would flip against the ropes and come back and hit you with the
back elbow.
Yeah, so
the mist.
Yeah, the mists. I remember
that's traditional Japanese culture.
Was like what was that? Killer Khan did the mist before him, but
Great Muta did it also.
Great Muta did it.
Great Muta, but just he didn't speak a word of English, but he was just entertaining to me, just like a.
He didn't need to speak a word of English. He would just kick you in the face.
Yeah, he was all pissed off, and he would do his kicks. But
dude, he was over when he was in WWE, right when they were doing 2003, 4, 5. Yeah, when he was over as hell. Like everybody loves Jerry, man.
Nice.
Yeah. He was great in WCW too.
Yeah.
Yep, the Buzzsaw. That's right. That was his
Yeah.
nickname. Buzzsaw.
So is it my turn? Number
Yeah.
9?
Yep. Number 9.
So number 9 for me, this guy was like who my uncle and my dad used to talk about was like the toughest dude. And I used to think he was, when he got to WCW for the short stint. And that's Stan the Lariat Henson. He was huge in
Ooh,
Japan.
There you go.
He,
Yeah.
I didn't know about it until I got older, but my dad and my uncle used to talk about how he won the AWA belt and then quit and then ran over the belt and recorded it. And, you know, he broke Bruno Sammartino's neck and back to Antonio Inoki. I don't know if this has changed. I don't think it has, but he's the only American that ever beat Antonio Inoki and the Giant Baba because they were both like the top guys that they're different at New Japan and All Japan. So,
yeah.
and then he came over to WCW and had the United States title for a while and wrestled Luger. And he had all those fun promos with Missy Hyatt when she tried to get in the locker room and he'd be there. He used to, you know, he was a big old blind country boy he always had a chew in, and I just loved him. So the name of my channel, the name of my Xbox gamer tag is The Last Outlaw. I got that from him. It's been that way for like 10 years. So Stan the Lariat
That's a good one.
That's
there you
awesome.
go.
John Steele's in the house. He said,
"What up, John?"
Yes.
What's up, John?
Cena.
Yeah,
You said John Cena.
Amen, dude. Amen.
I say John Cena is pretty good, even though everyone's starting to hate on him. I just can't stand. I can't stand people just saying like, "Oh, I don't like him because he's just." Yes, I understand he's the tough guy in the company. Um, he works as hard as everybody else. Hell, I even heard a little shoot promo interview not that long ago from Seth Rollins. He said Seth Rollins looked up to John Cena as his measuring stick to become great in the company. I
mean, John Cena came in the 2000s, right? You can't really use it. Yeah.
I'm with you, John. I hate John Cena, so.
All right.
Never did like him, so.
Next one.
All right, my number 9. Well, I had to go to the Attitude Era. We've mentioned him just already about Warrior, but after that, he completely changed his whole gimmick and stuff like that, from being the blue blood to a degenerate, from a degenerate to the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin. I'm just giving his nicknames out. It's Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
There you go.
The way he was, even during the Attitude Era, he changed the way his trunks looked, to the music he came out to, and basically just said this: I'm just going to be the best. I'm going to destroy everyone in my path, and I don't really give a damn who likes it or not. He was kind of like Stone Cold, but then he was like, I'll really just mess with your mind, then beat you up, and then still mess with your mind while I'm beating you up.
That's a good one. He's on mine down the line. He's on there.
Right, Chad.
Alrighty. Number 9. Well, my number 9 was Ultimate Warrior, so I guess I'll just substitute one in. I'm I'll put Rey Mysterio in here because mainly this Rey Mysterio is going to be WCW Rey Mysterio because he didn't come to WWE till after 2000. But the matches he had on Monday Nitro with Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko, oh my God, man! The match he had at Halloween Havoc with Eddie Guerrero is one of the greatest wrestling matches I've ever watched, man.
Yes.
So, when the Halloween
Rey Mysterio,
I think.
Yeah, it was
96,
Halloween Havoc 97.
Great match.
96 and 97.
Yeah, 96. Yeah, he was wearing the complete purple outfit, and he did that spot where he jumped on the ropes. Yeah, and he flipped, and he somehow hit a DDT from a backflip, dude. That match is insane. So I put Rey Mysterio there since Warrior's been named already for number 9.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, you can mention his WWE accomplishments though. He wrestled.
Well,
he started wrestling around 95 and 96.
Yeah, that's after 2000.
He didn't go to the WWE until after the 2000 though. He started doing all that then. Yeah. But yeah, Ray's awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, you can even his first match in WCW against Dean Malenko, Great American Bash for the Cruiserweight title. His match against Juice and Thunder Liger. His matches against Jerry Lynn, Billy Kidman, Juventud Guerrera in WCW, even
Yeah.
Chris Jericho. It was he couldn't basically do any wrong when he was in WCW until he wrestled Kevin Nash, and then they took off his mask.
Yeah.
Is it true that
Yeah.
recently he was in like Mexico and someone died in the ring with him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just a freak
man.
accident, man. It was a
Okay.
freak, crazy.
It wasn't nothing
accident.
Ray did. Dude just died. I mean,
Okay.
he didn't
Yeah.
like botch a move and kill him or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just a situation, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, number 9's a tag team, and it's a gimmick, but I think I got mixed up with the Road Warriors on their finishing move, is because they kind of similar. That's Demolition.
Yeah.
So Demolition, they
yeah, dude.
brought out with Mr. Fuji, but they did the
Yeah.
one with the leg drop, right, where he bent him over on his knee. And
No, yeah,
then-
the,
No, that was the elbow drop.
It was an elbow. It was
elbow.
elbow. Yeah, but that was. I love
It was
Demolition,
still-
man. They were on my list of alternates.
Yeah, so Axe and Smash,
Axe
and
and
wasn't there a third one?
Yeah, Crush.
Crush,
Crush.
yes. So, yeah, just loved the whole gimmick. They were, originally like bad guys, and they turned, and some epic
I think
matches.
Chad has the figures of both of them.
Yeah, man.
Chad has the
Yeah,
figures
I
of
got
both Demolition.
I need that one of. I need that one of Crush. The one with all three of them. There's one that's got all three of them together.
Really?
Shout out to Outlaw for hooking me up with that one.
Awesome.
Just sitting in my closet, man.
Yeah, dude.
Even their
Appreciate
theme
that.
song was pretty good too. So
Oh yeah,
it was like the heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
number 10. We're on our.
So number 10 for me, I know from my top 5 it kind of looks like I was a fan of the big guys, but I was always a fan of the more of the workers and stuff. And so my number 10 is Bret Hart. I thought he was amazing.
There you go.
I mean, he's kind of bitter now, but he's still a great wrestler. He had great matches with everybody he touched. Love the sharpshooter. Sting did it first though, but I love Bret.
Someone in Mexico did it first.
Yeah, I meant of those two though, and then so yeah, Bret Hart. I mean, what can you say about him? I mean, he's done it all. He was tag team champion, Intercontinental champion, WWE champion. He carried the WWE there for a while whenever it was kind of in its downtime, and so.
And he was always good with the kid fans, give them
give them the glasses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was also a really, really underrated heel. He was a character that was cool because everybody in America hated him, but when he went to Canada, he was like Hulk Hogan. So it was he had a dynamic fan base. So I always liked Bret.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. All right, Pat.
All right, my number 10 has to be it's the tag team. They feud with the Hart Foundation and stuff like that. Then later on, one of its members became a member of the Hart family.
Okay.
I had to go with the British Bulldogs, the Dynamite Kid, and Davey Boy Smith.
There you go.
Great tag team.
Headbutt off the top rope for Dynamite. British Bulldog with his power. Dynamite and Bret's singles matches from Stampede Wrestling, and then stuff like that. So it was just great matches seen with that team. So my number 10 is the British Bulldogs.
Sweet.
Yeah. My number 10 was Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, but Since he's been named, I'll name it a tag team, and it's what me and Outlaw like to call ourselves. That's natural disasters.
Earthquake and tsunami.
Earthquake and typhoon, or tugboat and earthquake, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you, Earthquake terrified me when I was a kid because I was a Warrior fan. If I had to pick Warrior or Hogan, I was Warrior, but I was a Hogan fan. And when he feuded with Hogan in 1990, dude, it used to terrify me. When he sat on Hogan on the Brother Love show, and Hogan was out all that time, me and my sister wrote letters, and we got cards sent back to us from Hulk Hogan, and we thought he really wrote us back, but it was obviously just a postcard that he sent out. But dude, I mean, Earthquake terrified me, dude. And so in Tugboat, when he turned heel, and they were the Natural Disasters, man. I loved it, dude. I loved them as a tag team. And then, of course, they went to WCW and turned into the Shockmaster and the Shark. Sorry for dropping names there, but
I doubt that's on anybody's list, dude.
Shockmaster was going to be my number one. But my number 10, Natural Disasters.
Awesome. All right. My number 10 was a rock substitute. Back in the day, probably the best finishing move I've seen. Like, that's really got me into. I tried to do it on Friends, but failed miserably.
Really?
That was.
You really tried to do a finishing maneuver?
The pile driver. That's Mr.
Oh shit! You tried to kill your friends, dude.
Yeah.
Yes. You must not really like them. You wanted to break their damn neck.
Orndorff. Yeah. So.
There you go.
Love Paul Orndorff, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I liked it whenever he turned on Hogan. Didn't they change the name of the pile driver to the Pearl Harbor?
I think so.
I'm not sure the name of.
I'm pretty sure they named it the Pearl. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they changed the name of the pile driver. Not the pile driver in general, but his finisher, I'm pretty sure, was named the Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
Being that he betrayed Hogan.
Yeah, so I don't know, even like his, I mean, it was pretty basic. He just, had tights that said Mr. Wonderful, not really gimmicky, but I just loved his finish.
It's just your size of the man. You like?
Yeah, he was a big man. His physique.
He was wonderful.
He was a badass too in real life too, man.
Yeah.
Okay. On to 11.
Number 11. Funny that you just mentioned Paul Orndorff because one of his famous stories was whooping this big guy's ass, and that is Big Van Vader.
Yeah.
When I was a kid and I first seen Vader come out in WCW, he kind of had a different look. He had a black mask, but he had this huge, like, Manitar fucking head,
beard,
chest, and he would take it off and stand behind it, and it would shoot smoke up in the air. And I thought that was the coolest shit ever. And to name drop a tag team, I hope nobody has these guys. I do. Him and Sid formed a tag team in '93 called the Masters of the Powerbomb. And I thought that was one of the coolest names of a tag team ever because I was a huge mark for the Powerbomb. So they had some great matches together during Beach Blast '93. If you want to see some good cheese, just type in Beach Blast '93 vignettes, and you can see some of the Psycho Sid Vader segments that they had.
Was that WCW?
That was WCW. Yes, that was against the British Bulldog and Sting.
Wow.
And Vader also another a big guy that never got the props he deserved. He did top rope moonsaults, springboard splashes. He was just an amazing athlete. He played football. He played in the NFL for the Rams. He's a very successful real estate agent. So I just loved him. I loved him in WCW. I loved him in WWE. So just I liked it when he had Jim Cornette as his manager. So I can talk about Vader all night. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But number 11 for me is Vader.
Yeah, Vince wanted to change his name to the Mastodon. He wasn't having none of that.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh, they did give him. Well, they give him that nickname though.
Yeah, they occasionally. Oh no, it's the Mastodon, but he kept Vader.
And they kept Vader, but they were like, he's as big as a fucking Mastodon. So because he did the fucking Vader bomb off that top rope. Holy shit! I thought every guy who got caught with that maneuver was about to die.
And then Jack Swagger stole it from him.
Yeah, and called it the Swagger Bomb. No, but Jack didn't do it. So he does a variation of it. Vader was already on the ropes and did it. So I call it the variation of a Vader Bomb, but basically. I guess I'm next. My number 11. I have to go with Yokozuna.
Good pick, man. That's a good one.
Big guy, very powerful. Every guy he wrestled against, he really, no one really could suplex him until Lex Luger came around and suplexed him. And his bonsai drop was straight up devastating. Every time me and my aunt, me and my family all together, we all watch wrestling. I do have when he wrestled Virgil at a Survivor Series. My aunt was like this: if that was me dropping on your little brother, he'll be dead. I was like, why would you want to do the bonsai drop on him? Because it was just like he just straight up sat on you. You're like, what? It's just like you just lay there and just pray like, oh God, please miss, please miss, please miss. Nope, you get sat on real quick.
Yeah.
Also he was managed by Mr. Fuji. Also with Jim Cornette. Just his style alone, because I do like Asian culture. He was Japanese. He was playing Japanese, but he's actually Samoan. Like he wrestled twice at WrestleMania. Won once, lost another at the end against Brett. Beat Brett for the title thanks to Mr. Fuji. And then later on afterwards he became face. And that was like his later years. So my number 11 is the great Yokozuna.
Oh yeah. Number 11. I had Jay Roberts as my number 11, so I'll just substitute. I'll put Kane in there for number 11.
Oh yes.
Kane's another one that had one of the coolest characters besides Taker, and of course they ruined him later on when they unmasked him. But just he had such a good run from '98 to 2000, and then on. He's still going. He's one of the few people that stayed. Besides Taker and Triple H, I guess, after Triple H got there, but that stayed with WWE for this long and is still relevant. So, I love Kane. So that would be my substitute there for that, number 11.
Dr. Isaac Bankham, right? That was his dentist gimmick, right?
Isaac Bankham, yeah.
Isaac Bankham.
Yes.
And then he was the
fake
Diesel.
He was the fake Diesel, yeah.
All right. My number 11, ECW. Not a great wrestler, but I loved his gimmick. Came out with Metallica, Enter Sandman, and that is
the Sandman.
Yeah, so, him just fucking drinking beer. I don't know who started first, him or Stone Cold, but...
No, he did. Before Stone Cold. He was before Stone Cold.
And then also in the process, he was smoking, too.
Yes, big time, man.
Flipping, using the kendo, Singapore cane, aka kendo stick.
Yep, and he wasn't he with he came out with Woman? Was Woman?
Yeah, Woman.
Yeah. Benoit's wife.
Yes.
But yeah, just love the entrance. He'd come out of the stands and fucking just bash his head in the beer can down at That was hardcore to me. All right, number 12, Outlaw.
All right, number 12 for me was Jake the Snake Roberts. He's already been said. So I've made a list of alternates that I don't think that anybody would pick, and if they do, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and do a shout-out to Papa Shango.
Oh!
There we go.
Papa Shango, one of the most underrated. He was just underrated. He scared the shit out of me. whenever Warrior, he was doing that gimmick with Warrior, and Warrior had that black ooze coming out of his head, and he was casting the spells on Warrior. Then they had that awful match. But when I was a kid, I didn't give a shit. I loved it. I wish they made more Papa Shango merchandise because I would buy all of it. But I just loved it, man.
He was great, man.
Was he any other character?
Oh, dude, he was
the Godfather.
He was the Godfather.
Oh, that's
he was Kama, the fighting machine.
Oh, yes.
Kama Mustafa from the Nation of Domination.
Wow.
He's been a lot of people, but to me, he had those tattoos and that white face paint and the rosary of bones that he came out with and the skulls and the top hat. So, love Papa Shango.
Awesome pick. It's my 13.
Shit, my bad, dude.
No, it's okay, man. I thought I was trying to be sneaky and sneak him in there. But, cool, man. Good stuff. All right. Pat.
All right. Mine, was it 12?
Yep.
It's 12, right? All right. Well, unfortunately, this guy's number was 13, so he likes he likes to suplex people a lot. He's from you like this company a lot, Whoreder. It's Taz.
All right.
He's the true originator of Suplex City. I don't care what anybody says. When we say Brock Lesnar, I say bullshit. Taz was. He suplexed
Taz is a badass, man. I love Taz.
He suplexed you 15,000 different ways. The flipping T-bone suplex, Northern Light suplex, flipping the Yakuza boot he did. He like using the rear naked choke. Sorry, Samoa Joe, but he did it first. But he just straight up beat your ass and then still told you, I'm going to choke you out.
Survive if I let you.
Yeah, great theme song, too.
Yes, it was. And it's a variation of Kiss's War Machine.
Yeah. His original, when he had hair, he was like called the Tasmaniac or something.
Yeah, he was called the Tasmaniac, and then after he cut his hair, he was known as Taz, and then he just kept on going through that. So now he still uses that name on his podcast. So.
All right, good pick, Chad.
Let's see, number 12.
Yeah.
Well, my number 12 was Mr. Perfect, so I'll substitute him with Roddy Piper. Rest in peace.
Oh, that was my next one.
Yeah, man, Piper's always been one of my favorites, man. Not the greatest guy to watch in the ring as far as working, but just as far as a character and as far as microphone skills, he was one of the best, man. The Piper's Pit stuff with Snuka is never going to be forgotten.
Yes.
Piper was great. I loved it. Yeah, Piper was great. So that's what I'll put in there for my substitute for Mr. Perfect there.
Yeah, he really did. No, wait. His best match was against Bret Hart, SummerSlam.
Absolutely. No, yeah, with the Intercontinental when he passed the torch to Bret, yeah.
Yeah. Hell, I even got They Live, and I love that movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure, cool.
Yeah. I'd love to have Hell Comes to Frogtown on Blue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've come here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of bubble gum.
Yeah, good quote. All right, my number 12. I have to throw her name out there. I know she came in 1999, but I was just like, damn, Miss Hancock. That is Stacy Keibler. She got legs.
Yeah, she does.
Holy cow, her entrance. So she was just like,
goodness.
It's like, dreamy. So I just had to mention
Stacy Keibler.
Stacy Keibler.
Yes, the long-legged blonde bombshell.
All right, we're halfway there. Just trying to speed things up because I know you have something planned early tomorrow, and then So
I know they got the Money in the Bank stream, dude.
Yeah.
So my number 13. I love this guy. I didn't know him. I didn't know about him before WWE until I got older, and that's Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado.
Oh yeah.
I just remember watching SummerSlam '90. I believe, yeah, SummerSlam 90, and he beats Perfect in no time, for the Intercontinental title. So he only had 1 foot, I believe, too. So he was a great wrestler from a great wrestling family, a tragic wrestling family. So number 13 for me is Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado. Rest in peace.
He had a big family, lots of brothers, right?
Yeah.
All of them passed
I think it was
away.
5. I think there was 6 of them. Yeah, all of them are dead except for Kevin.
Kevin's the
only one alive.
All of them normally wrestled without any boots on. That was the thing for them in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Pat.
13 was going to be Roddy Piper. My alternate on that one has to be. I had to put the Big Boss Man.
Oh, good one.
Or Big Bubba, or his name was Big Bubba in WCW. Just him being that size and being powerful, moving like the way he did. I think throughout his whole career, his move was that swinging sidewalk slam, right?
Yeah, sidewalk slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that swinging sidewalk slam, and he never changed.
I don't know, man.
Like to the late '90s, so the all black Shield attire, or what we call the Shield attire now, but Big Boss Man did it first.
Sure
Oh
did.
yeah, I love Big Boss Man.
All right, Chad.
We're at 13.
Yep.
13.
Well, mine was Bret Hart, number 13, so I'll substitute him for. We'll put Eddie Guerrero there for 13. Another one that did a lot of great stuff, like in ECW, and then when he went to WCW, those awesome matches he had, those mid-card guys. That was really the best wrestling in that show on ECW and WCW. The matches he was having. So we'll put him there, and then, of course he went to WWE after 2000 and won the title.
Yeah.
So yeah, but throw him in there. We'll put him in there as a sub.
Let's not forget he was
Bret
also
Hart.
in AAA. He was also in AAA in Japan as well. He teamed up with Art Barr. The Art Barr is the originator of the Frog Splash. If all you did not know, the Love Machine, Art Barr. Because when he did it, he looked like an actual frog doing it. So he took that maneuver in honor of his good friend. So yeah, his matches with Rey Mysterio, Juventud Guerrera, his matches with Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit in ECW. The only pure wrestling matches in ECW. Because every other match was chairs and stuff with it. So
Latino heat. Okay, my number 13, 14, 14? 13?
13.
13. So it was Papa Shango. I'm going to substitute similar face paint. That is Kamala.
Yes.
You got the giant.
Yeah, dude. So,
Kimchi.
yeah. He came. Who was his manager? Like it came
Kimchi.
out. Kimchi. That's right. Kimchi. I used to laugh at that because kimchi's like a Korean cabbage. Funny.
Yeah, with a flipping mask on and that stupid hat on. And I was like, wait, I can't see this guy's face. And what the hell is he saying?
But
also
yeah,
with Harvey Whippleman. Also.
Oh yeah.
All right, 14.
So my number 14 was Ric Flair, and just to be sure that I don't go too obscure into your list, surely to God nobody has this guy listed as his alternate. So I'm going to go with number 14 as my alternate is Ludwig Borga.
Ooh.
I love that guy, man.
Who is that?
Ludwig Borga, dude, he kind of looked like in a way, he kind of resembled Brock Lesnar's body. Not, obviously not.
Yes, he did.
He had like a kickboxing mentality. He wore those
gloves.
Those gloves, man. And I'll always remember Survivor Series '93. It was the foreign fanatics against the All-Americans.
The All-Americans.
Taker had that cloak or that long black trench coat, and when he opened it up, the inside of it was American flag, and I always thought that was really cool. So just to get him
And
some.
he actually pulled off the colonial American flag, the one with the
Some.
13 stars.
Yeah. So, just so everybody go YouTube and look up Ludwig Borger because he was a badass. Rest in peace.
Oh yes, he was.
And he is the one that ended Tatanka's undefeated streak too.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So nobody else can say that. Nobody
No.
can say, look,
No.
I ended Tatanka's. I did nothing
Undefeated.
else, but I ended yeah.
Yes.
And my wrestling figure is worth $4 million for some reason.
Oh my God! Yeah, forgot about that. My 14. Well, I guess no one said this tag team. I have to go with the Steiner brothers.
Oh, good one.
Rick and Scott. You know, were they the first like pure wrestlers from Greco-Roman and stuff like that to move into WWE or to WCW as with that style? Because I know Kurt Angle did it later on, but I think Rick and Scott were the first one to bring it from collegiate wrestling to WWE and WCW.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I know that what's his name? Well, I don't want to say his name because they may get named later. No, but before that, in WCW there was a guy that was playing. No, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Sorry, you're right. Steiner Brothers. I think was the first one.
Yeah, from out of Michigan University and stuff like that. They had like the Doomsday Device style bulldog off the top rope as their finisher.
Frankensteiner. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott with his Frankensteiner. Basically can catch you anywhere with that maneuver. You run towards him, he catch you in the Frankensteiner. He is on top rope, Frankensteiner.
Yep.
But originally the Frankensteiner's name is called the Hurricanrana in Mexico. Let's just remember that. He just called it the Frankensteiner.
Good pick, man. Number 14. Chad.
I'm going to go, well, I had Rick Rude as my number 14, so we're going to go with, no, you're good. We're going to go with the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and two of my favorite guys, man. I wanted to put them separately in this countdown, but I just figured I had them down further, but I've kind of moved some stuff around, but yeah, they didn't get as good of a run in WWE as I wish they could have had, but
yeah.
I just love those guys, man. When the two of the best workers, and were great for the Four Horsemen in WCW and NWA, but WWE, they had a good little run too. So we'll just say for Brainbusters for me, 14.
Arn Anderson with that devastating spine buster.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
Nice. All right, my number 14 is, I guess he's a cousin of Rock. Could be wrong, but I remember him being. They called him, what was it? The American Dream Fatu? Rikishi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Just Rikishi.
Those pops, man.
Yeah, when he had that fucking with Scotty 2 Hottie and
Grandmaster Sexy.
Yeah, Grandmaster.
Sexy.
Just their whole dance ensemble was awesome. On the shades, distinct face. But yeah, man, love me some Rikishi.
Rikishi's one of my favorites, man. I love Rikishi. Dude.
Yeah. His finishing maneuver called the Rum Shaker.
Yeah, the Rikishi driver. He had a bunch of good shit, man.
Yeah.
Outlaw.
Number 15.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Number 15 for me, Andre the Giant. Love the guy.
There we go.
The eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about Andre? I mean, he wrestled everybody. He had 5-second matches with Warrior, and he had 10-minute matches with Hogan. I just remember him always being like, in a way, I kind of think as Taker as our version, as our generation's Andre. So they just both had that huge appeal and draw. So number 15 is Andre the Giant.
epic.
That was a great
Anybody want a peanut?
Anybody want to be? Oh, classic, dude. I love it.
Oh, yeah. My number 15. I was going to say The Rock, but now I do an alternate. I'll have to go with, I have to say Big John Studd.
Oh, rest in peace.
There we go. Yeah, man. Oh, Big John.
I had the whole the suplex challenge for him and stuff like that. It was like $10,000 was the prize if you suplexed him. Just
Yeah, the one.
overall big guy and just like power. He really didn't use that much maneuvers. His finishing move was the heart punch, wasn't it?
I think so. I think Big John Studs was.
Yeah, it was the heart punch. I know Stan Stasiak did the hard punch, which was like a punch on top of the head. Yeah, just like really, you get a guy that big punching you dead straight in your left side of the chest, you felt like your heart stopped. So
Absolutely.
it's kind of like
Good one.
what Big Show does now with that whole quiet down the crowd and the overhand strike to your chest. Oh, just think about making my check just hurt. Just give me a moment. Go ahead, Whoreder. Or
All
Chad.
right. Oh, Chad.
What are we on? 15?
15.
Yeah.
Well, Hogan was my 15, so we're going to swap him out with, it's funny because me and Outlaw were talking on the way, when I was on the way to pick up my nephews, and we had both forgot him on our list, so I had to make a change. Kurt Angle.
Okay.
I just can't believe he didn't make my list at the beginning. I just forgot about him, but Kurt Angle's amazing, dude. Like, when he first came into WWE, dude, his character was so great, man. Like, he was so funny, he was so annoying, and he's one of the best wrestlers ever, man. And he's still going. You know, he's actually wrestling Rey Mysterio. You know, now that I guess is he done with TNA? I'm not sure if he's with TNA, but
yeah, he's actually about to wrestle Cody Rhodes, man.
Or is it Cody Rhodes?
You
said
Cody
yeah,
too?
I said Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
Cody. Maybe it was Cody. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, Kurt Angle's my number 15, man. Just awesome.
Yeah. I liked it when he was the wrestling machine. Like when he wore the black tights, the mouthpiece and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When they just changed it song to like a deeper version of it.
Yeah, I just remember. I mean, his theme music. They always used to say, "You stuck."
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite Kurt Angle moment was the milk, where he drove the milk truck.
Oh yeah.
out.
Oh, dude, he gave the milk back.
Copy and Stone
awesome.
Cold.
Awesome.
Milkomania,
That was
JR quoted it.
All right.
Yeah, that was great.
My number 15 goes back to Cactus Jack, other known as Mankind, Mick Foley, Dude Love. Just guy. Bang, bang.
Absolutely. It's a great one.
Yeah, he's
His WCW song sucked though. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, could be. I mainly picked him just because he gave it his all. He sacrificed his body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was on my list on down there.
Yeah.
It was in mine too.
So what exactly happened to his ear?
It was I think it was like a hardcore match he had with Terry Funk or somebody in Japan.
Yeah.
And I think it got caught in barbed wire and it ripped off.
No, I just got caught in regular ropes and did it. Just the regular ropes.
Oh, regular ropes?
He was fighting Vader in Germany, and he did that spot where he gets caught in the ropes, where he flips over.
Oh, his neck got caught in the ropes.
Just the amount of time that
And
the
it fell off.
ropes was
Yeah.
like cutting the circulation off to his ear, it just fell off. Those ropes are a lot harder than they look, man.
It's steel cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And he was in Germany when it happened, so he tells a story about it in his documentary and like the bonus features about it. And Vader to this day takes credit for it, knocking his ear off, but you can clearly see on the tape that it just falls off when he gets back in the ring.
Well, Stan Hansen knocked Vader's eye out, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. but Vader popped it back in.
Yeah. God damn.
I don't know. I don't know who's more of a badass: Stan Hansen for knocking the eye out, or Vader for putting his own eye back in his socket. I think Vader might be more of a badass for that.
Yeah, he might. Dude, Stan Hansen was fucking blind. They said, like, legally blind. So. Jesus Christ. So number 16, Whoreder?
Yeah.
All right, number 16. I don't know if he I don't think he's been said yet, but that's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Awesome.
Oh,
you know, I mean, the match he had with Macho Man in '93, and then the 3 matches he had with Flair in '89, I believe. Just some of the best shit you're gonna watch if you're a wrestling fan. A lot of people.
One of them was in Nashville.
Yeah.
One of them was one of those 3 matches was in Nashville. Yeah.
And he had great matches with Rick Rude. He had great matches with Stunning Steve Austin. He just was a great worker. A lot of people said that he did the arm drag too much, but I disagree. I think that when the match got going, Ricky, I mean, he could keep up with anybody. So, love Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So he's number 16 on my list.
That was one of his signature maneuvers, anyway, the arm drag.
Yeah.
So I don't know why
it
they
looked
would
so awesome when he did it.
Yeah, dude.
It looks
16,
we're good,
amazing.
Man.
16 now. Good lord. Oh, dang. I was going to say Ricky Steamboat, but now I have to alternate.
My bad, dude.
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. That's cool. Dang. What other wrestlers back was? Oh, yeah. We forgot to say Diesel. Big Daddy Cool.
Yep. Kevin Nash.
Vinny Vegas. Alcatraz. Or if you were a kid in the 90s, you probably would call him Super Shredder. So, basically his, now Outlaw is the mark for a powerbomb, but Kevin's powerbomb, he just let you go. He didn't drive you to the mat. He picked you up and then let you go. And then, oh God, Sold Out 97. He broke Big Show's neck. Oh God, that was the most horrible thing I saw. And I ordered that to go on pay-per-view. I was like, oh, what? He wasn't supposed to land like that. Yeah, it was just, when I saw that the first time I held my neck, I was like, oh God. I felt people's pain when I watched wrestling.
Where are we, 16?
Yep.
All right, 16 is a tag team. I'm subbing in because Triple H is my 16. And one of them's been named, but I'm naming them as a tag team. Twin Towers, Big Boss Man and Akeem the Dream.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the Twin Towers. Akeem, One Man Gang is Akeem's gimmick is one of my favorite gimmicks that they've ever done, man.
Yeah, dude.
Just the fact that they have this big white dude walking around like he's from South Africa, and he's dancing so bad, like, dude, it's so bad. The music, that's Slick, the manager.
Yeah, Slick's,
but it was great.
Slick's song was awesome.
Yeah, it was great, man. So I'll put Twin Towers in there. That was the first WrestleMania that Shawn Michaels did. Was WrestleMania 5 tag match against the Twin Towers, and they got killed. But I'll put them as number 16.
Oh, when first time I saw Hakeem, it was actually that whole African ceremony and stuff. They did that vignette to turn the One Man Gang into Hakeem. I was like,
and Mean Gene Okerlund was there doing it.
Yeah. I was like, my mouth was literally open the whole flipping time. I was like, I looked at my family like, what are they doing? Oh, they're doing the African ceremony. For what? Then when the game turned to Akeem, I was like, wow, I didn't know they made dashikis that big. The big blue dashiki, the flipping hat, and when he danced, I was laughing my butt off the whole flipping time. That was too funny.
All right, number 16 for me was Ultimate Warrior, but I'm subbing not from his days of domination. There was one point where dude, he was a fan favorite. And that is D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
I loved his frog splash, man.
Yeah, he had
Oh yeah, the lowdown.
the lowdown. But it was
D'Lo
just,
Brown.
you know, talking that smack. But
Shaking that neck.
That was a good one.
yeah, had to,
That was a good one.
had to
Alrighty.
mention him.
Number 17 for me was Razor, but he's already been said. So I'm going to go back to my obscure list of people that I hope nobody named. And I'm going to pull out Bastion Booger.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I actually, in the closet right there, have a Bastion Booger figure, and if I had more time, I'd get it
Are
out.
you serious?
Yeah, dude,
What?
there's a classic superstar of Bastion Booger, just like the Sid and Papa Shango.
Oh God.
Dude.
The name of his finisher, I'm almost certain, was called Return to the Batcave, and I always thought that was really cool because all he did was stand above your head and then just sit down on you. And he ate like turkey legs and shit in the ring. He looks just like me, really. Like he's who I want to be in life, just walking around in spandex eating turkey legs. So
Just eating turkey legs. For the hell out of it, dude.
So I'm gonna go YouTube Bastion Booger if you've never heard of him.
Oh,
No,
I've heard of Bastion Booger. I even heard of his other name, the Fryer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Bastion Booger.
Mike Shaw, right?
Mike Shaw, yes.
Yeah, Mike Shaw, yeah.
Wow.
My 16, he was a member of one good tag team. I'll have to say the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Roadie.
There we go.
About that.
Was it
Road
16 or
Dogg.
17? I thought that we were on
17.
17.
Yeah, 17. Oh, we're on 17? Okay. No, it would be the Road Dogg Jesse James. From the way he came out to the ring, always rapping somewhat, and then he does like the announcement when he gets into the ring afterwards. It was something I always did when I was a kid growing up. And then did the jabs, the shake, rattle, and roll, knee drop. From the pump handle slam was his finishing maneuver.
Oh, you
Yeah,
didn't know?
Yep. And then he teamed up with K Quick, R-Truth on Killing. So yeah, he'll be the Road Dogg.
No, Road Dogg. I love Road Dogg. Hell yeah. What was 17?
Yeah.
Yes.
17 was for me was Mick Foley, so I'm going to substitute him. And even though it was a somewhat short career, he was so over, and that was Magnum TA.
Oh yes.
I had to put him in there. He would have been the next. He was on track to be that guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had that bad car wreck and ruined his career. But man, he had some great matches, dude. Up until then, dude, that match he had with Tully Blanchard in the steel cage.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh yes,
dude. One of my favorite. I can say it's one of my top three. Probably in my top three favorite cage matches ever.
You talking about the I Quit
I love
match
Magnum
in the cage?
Yeah.
Oh God, violent too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So that'll be my substitute, 17.
Okay, awesome.
Magnum to you.
My number 17. What do we want? Head!
Al Snow.
Dude, that was great.
Al Snow, dude.
He does.
Oh God.
Dude.
With the damn mannequin head.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
All backwards and shit, but yeah, Al Snow. He was. Didn't he fight? He wore a mask before, and he fought under a different name. I gotta bring that up, but
all I remember is him as Al Snow in both ECW and WWE.
Azteca or something like that. It was some
Azteca?
weird Indian dude, like a Mayan dude, I think. But anyways, I know him from Al Snow, and what was that little group he had?
The Job Squad.
The Job Squad, that's right. All right, Outlaw number 18.
Number 18 for me, I think, was a British Bulldog, and I think somebody's already said him, I believe.
I did. I said them as the
Yeah.
tag team.
So going back into my obscure name of list, now I'm gonna pull out Mantar.
Mantar.
The rest.
Yeah, dude, that mask he wore to the ring, dude.
Oh,
Oh my God! And it got so big he couldn't even get through the ropes. This and just sit it.
So bad. One of the worst gimmicks
Dude, he
of
just
all
sit it down.
time.
It was bad. Dude. It was so bad.
God. I was I was just sitting there in complete shock. I was like, "What, Mantar? You really gonna pick him?"
Yeah, man. Well, I mean,
Oh God,
obviously
that's
he's not
funny.
my number 18. I'm trying to throw out alternates that nobody's.
Yeah.
Surely to God nobody had Mantar, and if you did, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. Mantar's not even in the top 25 for me. At least not even in the top 100. So you're good on Mantar. We're on 18.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as we already said, well, I guess my 18 is going to have to be Dean the Iceman Malenko, a.k.a. the Man of 1,000 Holes.
Yep.
One of the two masters of the Texas Cloverleaf. But the way he caught
Oh
you, I
yeah.
think, like when he later on in WWE, he started doing the double underhook, like a tiger bomb into it, which was a little more devastating. But he was just a guy that, technical wrestler, um, multiple time cruiserweight champion, flipping light heavyweight champion at one time. One of his couple of best matches he had, I've seen him, was in WCW against Rey Mysterio and all the other cruiserweights. Sheesh. The guy, I remember the spot he did with Ray when he did the gut buster off the top rope. That looks so
Oh,
freaking
dude,
devastating.
yeah, that was great. His feud with Jericho was awesome too in WCW.
Yeah. So my number
Yeah,
18
that was
is
a good
Dean
pick.
the Iceman Malenko.
Hell yeah. My number 18 is actually one that hasn't been named, and I can't believe we haven't named him. And that is the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Oh, the son of a plumber.
Son of a plumber, baby. Oh,
I'm
man. Love some
winding
Dusty
down
Rhodes,
into the
man. One of the
greens.
best mic. Yeah. One of the best mic guys ever, man. Swag through the
Mm-hmm.
roof. Dusty
Mm-hmm.
Rhodes is the man, dude.
The American
The
Dream.
feuds he had with Flair was amazing. Yeah,
Yep.
his WWE stuff didn't pan out. I loved it, but it wasn't epic matches. It
Yeah.
was just entertainment stuff. But his NWA and WCW stuff, there wasn't nobody as over as Dusty Rhodes, man, back in the NWA days,
No.
dude. And so I'm glad that I'm glad that he got to have such a great career there. I mean, WWE it wasn't as good, but you know
Yeah.
he had such a great career over there that it, you know, I love Dusty Rhodes, man. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. Yes, rest in peace, Dusty. That
Good pick.
atomic elbow was devastating.
My number
Yeah.
18 was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I'm going to substitute the Yeti. No, I'm joking.
Oh, hell no. If you would have said Yeti, I would have like, what?
No, I didn't. I'm not saying the Yeti, but I'm going to say super crazy ECW. Dude was
Super crazy.
Oh, there you go. Super crazy.
he was a hustler, like a luchador, but dude just had some insane, like some backflips, senton bombs. You know, I think he did like a more than a 360. He did like almost a 720 splash off the top rope. But he had epic fights in DW with Fury, some of those guys.
Him with the multiple moonsaults within one turnbuckle. Off the first rope, he does a moonsault. Goes up to the second rope, does a moonsault. Go all the way up to the top rope, do a moonsault.
Yeah.
Alrighty. My number 19. Nobody said him
Mhm.
yet. I can't believe it. It's Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, he was in my
yeah, hell
list.
yeah, dude.
Huge fan of the big guys. Diving headbutt.
Mhm.
Return to Asbury Park.
Oh
Just an
yeah.
OG. I mean, he had some really good matches with Bret Hart. Man, he really had good matches everywhere he went. He had a really cool run of matches with Taz and ECW, and
just Robbie and them.
Yeah, just a really, really underrated big guy. Always was a huge fan of Bam Bam. Love the head tats. So, number 19 for me is Bam Bam Bigelow.
And actually, his moonsault was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that match where they fell through the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ECW, with Taz, dude.
Yeah, crazy.
Caught him in Taz mission and just jumped straight backwards. Ring caved it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna say Bam Bam next, so I had to alternate. You already said, Dusty Rhodes was another alternate one. Goodness. Well, it had to be early 90s and 2000s. I'll have to say that I'm saying that Chris Jericho. The Lionheart Chris Jericho, or he wasn't Y2J then, but he was still Lionheart at the time.
Yep.
Or Alcoa Son de Leon, as they called him in Mexico. Great matches with Ray, Juventud. Even though his finisher wasn't that original, he made a variation of it, the Lion Tamer, which he put his knee on the back of the head of the guy. And then arched him. So, that was
Jericho. 19 for me was Ricky Steamboat. Of course, he's been picked, so I guess we'll throw good old-fashioned bushwhackers up in that bitch. Best moves ever.
Dude,
I was gonna put another one. I was like, you know what? The Bushwhackers are making this damn list somehow. I had to say the Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
God, man.
It was Luke and what? Luke and
Butch. Luke and Butch, man.
That's right.
Yeah, dude. They had the battering ram where they grabbed the other one's head and they ran in. It's worst moves of all time.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it's one of the worst moves of all time. But oh god,
yeah, they were so fun, man. They were so. If you go back and watch like the any pay-per-views from the early '90s, with them on it, look at how over they are when they come out, dude. The crowd goes insane for the Bushwhackers. And that's all that mattered, dude. They sold merch too, man. They sold hella merch, dude. The Bushwhackers did. So We'll throw them in there as an alternate for number 19 for me.
Good one. I got number 19 was Psycho Sid. I'm gonna substitute it with Coco Beware.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
The Birdman.
The original Birdman. The original Birdman.
Yeah. Jungle Love. Oh wee oh. Dude, awesome.
Yeah, man.
And who can forget him singing Pile Driver? One of the greatest songs in the history of ever.
Oh my
God. Pile Driver!
Yeah. What is name? The name of his finisher, I'm pretty sure, was the Ghostbuster, wasn't it?
Yes.
No, it was Ghostbuster?
Yeah.
Ghost something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ghostbuster because Bad News Brown was the Ghetto Blaster.
Oh, I thought it was his traditional Brainbuster was his finisher maneuver.
Yeah, I mean it was, but he called it. That's when they all had gimmick nicknames for their finishers.
Yeah, I don't think it was Ghostbuster, but I don't know that much about him.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, well, team with flipping Owen Hart for high energy. So yeah.
So number 20.
Yep.
Number 20 for me was they're not number 20. They're my favorite tag team. It's Legion of Doom, and we've already talked about them. So I'll touch on a brief. I'll go to another guy that I really liked a lot to get him some love, and that was Mike Awesome. He did the power bomb, nobody's business. The awesome bomb off the top rope.
Who was that dude? He kept
Masato Tanaka.
Yeah.
Tanaka. Yeah, them matches him and dude had, man.
They
were
beat
amazing.
the fuck out of each other, man. They were awesome. Was
that was
Mike
Power
Awesome
Bomb
was
City right there?
Yeah. So running power bombs off the top rope. If you're a power bomb fan, he was the guy to go see. So my alternate for the Legion of Doom will be Mike Awesome.
Love it.
My number 18.
19.
20.
19.
20.
20?
Yeah.
19, 20.
20.
Son of a bitch. Some biscuit eating bulldog. I'll have to put in. I think yeah, he wasn't even named it, talked about, unfortunately, because the whole tragedy he had later on in his life and stuff like that. Well, we did mention him, but we weren't really talking about him much. I have to say Chris Benoit. I don't care. I know what he did was wrong, and I understand that, but him in the ring was straight up brilliant. The technical ability he had from Japan, WCW, ECW, he was just a wrestler that he was also trained by the Hearts. His style was just straight up so technical. When you just watch his matches, when I watch his matches, I don't really think about the tragedy. I keep that in the back of my head, but I just want to watch him as the wrestler.
No, regardless of what Benoit did, whatever. If we're going by wrestler, he's one of the best there was in the ring, man.
Yeah.
I mean, went 100 miles an hour all the time. I mean, so that's a good pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there
my
with
number
you, man.
20. My number 20 actually hasn't been said, and it's a tag team, and that is the Rock and Roll Express, man.
Yes.
Ricky Morton got more vagina than any wrestler ever, dude. He got more raps than anybody ever, dude.
He's another great shoot interviewer, man.
Yeah, dude, he's great, dude. Especially when he talks about Kevin Nash, dude. He goes off on Kevin Nash, but they were so great, man. Like watching those old matches they had, that they were so over it. They knew how to work a crowd. They knew tag team wrestling, man. And they were great. One of the best tag teams ever, man. The fuse they have with Midnight Express, man.
Yeah.
So that'd be my number 20, Rock and Roll Express.
Awesome. I needed to come up with a substitute for Chris Jericho at number 20, and I'm gonna go with the Midnight Express. Bobby Eaton, Stan Lane.
Hell yeah!
Ooh, there you go. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, they
Awesome,
came out to. Didn't they come out to a "We Will Rock You" back in the day? Queen. It was dope.
They may have.
May
have. I can't remember.
Yeah, buddy, you're a boy. Yeah, we will. That was dope.
Yeah, that's really working.
Yeah, Bob Eaton had the top rope leg drop finisher too.
There it is.
I think it was the Alabama Jam they called it.
Alabama Jam. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Bobby Eaton was a shit.
Money bringing it old school back to the NWA, AWA days.
So my number was it 21?
Correct.
Yeah.
My number 21, I was going tag teams, was Demolition. I'm pretty sure they already got said.
Yep.
So my replacement for them, to get this guy some love, I used to love this guy, was Adrian Adonis.
Oh, adorable.
Yes.
Yeah. So my first, just kind of like to give a brief story about it. My first ever match I ever saw him was WrestleMania 3 with Piper. Where Piper put him to sleep with the sleeper, and then they shaved his head. And then as I got older, he was in a tag team with Jesse the Body Ventura called the West Coast Connection, I believe. And I always thought that they were a cool tag team. Another guy that died too soon. He was a great worker. And really, he kind of, in a way, did the Goldust gimmick before Goldust did it. He kind of like that cross-dressing.
Definitely. Definitely did it.
Very risky. Yeah. But I always, for some reason, he always, just that image of him leaving WrestleMania 3 with his hair all cut and stuff, and I just that always stuck with me. So I just wanted to give Adrian Adonis some love tonight.
Yeah.
All right,
21.
My go. 21. I have to go with the Head Shrinkers.
Oh shit.
Another good one.
It was Fatu Isamu. Rikishi was in it at one point, and they were just straight up wild. You can say they were wild and stuff like that, but it was just straight up power beyond all recognition. I think their finishing maneuver was the splash off the top rope as well. So, Yeah, mine.
They were awesome in
21 is Stan
WCW
Shrinkers.
too. They were the Samoan SWAT team, and
Oh, yeah, they were in Paul Heyman's. Paul Heyman was
and
managing them.
if you can, they were in Halloween Havoc '89, and I remember this as a kid. This scared the shit out of me. They came out to a fire dance, but their entrance theme was the Halloween theme from Michael Myers. It was awesome. They came out to they had like a fire dance, and they came out to it. It was really cool.
I wonder what the networks replaced it with, some cheesy ass music over the top of it.
Right,
I'm
who
sure
knows,
they didn't put that on there. Yeah.
They have straight butchered Demolition's music.
Yeah, dude. 21 for me was Owen Hart. So I'm going to replace him. And I'm actually this is another one I thought about earlier that's an innovative dude that made so many crazy moves, and that's Sabu, man. I have to put Sabu in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. ECW, man. Some of the moves he did, man, with the stuff he was doing, the barbed wire stuff, and the stuff with the chairs and the moves. Nobody to this day does moves like Sabu did. So
he's a
just for
tough
that,
son of a bitch too.
Yeah, man. So Sabu, dude. That's mine. 21.
Awesome. That was my next pick, Sabu. I was getting ready to.
Oh, my bad, dude.
No, dude. I love that you guys bring it up. So I'm substituting. This is our first any mention of this wrestling company, and that is from Glow. That is Hollywood and Vine. Who remembers Hollywood and Vine? Who remembers Glow? Glamorous Ladies of Wrestling.
Here and there, I remember Glow.
Not me, man.
Okay, so they were a wrestling. It came on late night, but they were basically a wrestling federation that did it out of Las Vegas at the Riviera Hotel, which just got recently demolished. But man, it was very gimmicky. It was actually owned by Sylvester Stallone's mom. And
wait, Sylvester Stallone's mom owned Glow?
Yes.
Damn.
Or so they made her play that role, and then Frank was a part of it too. His brother Frank Stallone. But I just remember watching that and me being preteens. So it's just ladies, and wrestling.
Yeah.
So, anyone in the chat remember Glow? Oh, John still does, of course. All right.
Yeah.
Number 22.
Oh, yeah, Outlaw, take us home, Outlaw.
Number 22 for me, I've always loved this guy. I've always been a fan of the dark characters, and this guy pulled it off amazingly, and that is Vampiro.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Vampiro's a fucking badass in the ring. He's just I remember he started making some moves with Sting in WCW. But he was always
when he set Sting on fire?
Yeah, he set Sting on fire. Then they had that blood match.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Hell yeah, good one right there,
man. Yeah.
That's an awesome one. All right, my number 21 is another tag team. They feuded with Dudley's. They feuded with Hardy. I'll have to put in Edge and Christian in this list.
Yep.
Both, TLC 1, TLC 2, the Triangle Ladder match from WrestleMania 2000. How the Steel Cage match is Unforgiven against the Hardy Boys. They always end the No Mercy ladder match. Almost forgot to say that one. But their matches always, even when they came out as the El Conquistadors at one point. So yeah, my number 21 is Edge and Christian.
Nice.
Me too. Right, 22 for me was Kevin Nash or Diesel. But we're going to, obviously we've already said him, so I'm going to replace him with Flying Brian Pillman.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice one.
Such good matches, man. his matches in WCW before with Jushin Thunder Liger, the first match they had on Nitro.
Yes.
They had a couple of other matches. Then the matches he had with Steve as the tag team, Steve Austin. And then when he went to WWE, the feud with Austin with the whole gun thing, which was insane that they even did that back in the day. I got to put Brian Pillman at number 22.
Awesome. My number 22 is Ultimo Dragon.
Yes. There we go.
Ooh.
Had that like German suplex pin. That was awesome, man.
The Dragon Sleeper, love that man.
Yeah, he came over from Japan in WCW. I think he made it in
All Japan or New Japan he came from?
I don't know.
Sonny Aoki.
Japan.
Oh, Sonny Ono was his name. And then he had like 8 titles coming to the ring.
I just remember that Dragon Mask, man. And also I had a video game of Nitro, and he was he was pretty good on there.
He was good on the Nitro game for 64, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 64. Shoot, I thought I was the only one. Sweet.
WCW NWO Revenge, dude. He was on there, I remember.
Yeah.
I used to do the Royal Rumbles on the Battle Royals all the time.
I had WCW versus the World on PlayStation 1, and I always picked Ultimo Dragon.
So, we on number 23?
Correct.
Yeah.
Nobody said this guy yet. I only put one manager on the list because nobody ever topped this guy to me. That's Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Oh, the Weasel.
Absolutely.
The
Best
Heenan
manager
family,
ever, dude. Absolutely.
He did. You know, he had the Heenan family, all those guys. You know, Haku and Mr. Perfect and Andre and Rick Rude, and then he was also a really underrated commentator.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
he was the best, man.
Yeah,
he was
him
the
and
best.
Gorilla Monsoon was great. It was a great duo. So, you know, had to show Bobby Heenan some love. So that's number 23 for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Best ever.
Well, I had to go to manager route as well. He said Bobby Heenan. I had to say Jimmy, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Because actually, unknown to everybody, Jimmy Hart actually also helped out with theme songs throughout WWE and stuff like that. So I have to say Jimmy Hart from Hulk Hogan, the Hart Foundation at one point, Nasty Boys, Honky Tonk Man,
Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah, the Dungeon of Doom back in WCW. Yeah, he managed them all, and also he did stuff behind the scenes that mostly people will not even recognize for it.
Hell yeah, Jimmy Hart's awesome too.
Up the South. All right, Chad.
All right, and 23 for me was Bam Bam Bigelow, and so I'm going to replace him with $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase.
Oh yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. That fist drop, dude. That fist drop was something serious. Yeah, man. That laugh, dude. The way he talked, great talker. He had great matches back in the day in Mid-South. And then had great matches in WWE too. You know, he was close to winning that championship in WrestleMania 4. So I'm gonna put $1 Million Man, and he was a great asshole.
$1 Million Dream.
He was a great heel. Great heel.
That freaking where the kid was bouncing the ball and he knocked it.
Oh dude.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Everybody flipping catch people in $1 Million Dream. His variation of Sleeper Hold.
Yep. All right. Number 23, my list is gone. It's completely gone. So I'm gonna mention King Kong Bundy.
There we go.
Humans.
Man,
I remember I had
he always scared me, dude. Always. I think it was because he was a bald guy. Like, he had them eyes. Yeah.
But I always liked that figure because he was posed like this, and he could do double TDTs on people.
The
But
Human
yeah,
Condominium was his nickname.
yeah, he was on a movie that I just watched recently, a Richard Pryor movie called Movin'. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
One of the guys moving. But yeah, 24.
Oh, number 24
Yeah.
for me was Rick Rude's already been said. So hopefully nobody said this guy. I had to show him some love on my alternate list, and that's Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh.
Yes, there we go.
Fun guy, man. Speaking of the Killer Bees, they had the match, I think, with Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov at WrestleMania 3, and he came in the ring with the 2x4 and hit him with it. So he's always been, just a fun guy.
The first Royal Rumble.
Hacksaw's the man, dude.
Yeah.
And he had some great matches in Mid-South too, man, back in the day.
Yeah.
He was one of the big draws, the big dudes there.
Yeah, before WWE picked him up.
Yep.
My number 24. None of us actually said him. We only said him by his association with the group and his tag team. I have to say Jim D'Anvil Neidhart.
Okay.
There we go. Jim
The powerhouse of the Hart Foundation. Just overall power. Him and Brett, they were like water in the ring, always in constant fluid motion, and I love that about about the Hart Foundation. So my number 24 is Jim D'Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah, my number 24 is one that I'm still a fan of him. I mean, I hate that that they can't buy what they want to do with him one week to the next, but it's the Giant, Big Show, Paul White. He's my number 24. His matches in WCW when he first came in, dude, and he was super quick and athletic, and he was doing them drop kicks from the top rope, dude, as a 7-foot giant, man.
Oh, my God.
Dude, man, he was insanely, dude. And even when he first started WWE, man, it was just because he was younger, he was in better shape, but he came in WWE and, did that shit with Austin at St. Valentine's Day Massacre and debuted, threw him through the cage. So Big Show would be mine, number 24.
Paul White, awesome. All right, like I said, even my alternates are gone. I'm going number 24. Probably more famous for his acting career, but he did wrestle. His name was Zeus, Z Gangsta, Tiny Liston.
Yes.
Zeus.
Yeah. From, No Holds Barred.
No Holds Barred, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't believe you picked Debo, man.
He's a big dude, man.
So my number
out.
Yeah, my number 25 was the Hart Foundation. They've already been said. So just to show this guy some love, because I love this guy when he showed up, man. That was Adam Baum.
Oh yeah.
He used to have those contacts that had the
goggles.
Yeah, and the goggles and the Atom Smasher. It was just a cool dude. I mean, I actually have his figure up there.
Was he Duke the Dumpster Josie too?
No, he was.
Yes.
Was he Duke? Was he? I don't think he was.
No, I just heard Duke the Dumpster and got all hype.
He was.
I don't think he was Duke the Dumpster.
Okay.
He was in Chronic in WCW. If you remember them, it was him and Crush. They were a cool tag team in WCW there for a while.
Oh yeah.
But
I know that they were talking about Adam Bomb was such a mark for himself that he got Adam Bomb tattooed on his own arm, dude.
Yeah.
He got his gimmick tattooed on his arm, dude.
I love him, so. I mean, he obviously he's not my number 25, but I just wanted to give him some love.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait till I hear my 25.
I almost said it, but I know it was going to be.
I'm not sure about your number 25, but my number 25, I have to give a lady some respect here in my list. I have to say China. China's my number 25. First woman to compete in the King of the Ring tournament, first woman to win the Intercontinental title, first woman to participate in the Royal Rumble. Shit. She shook the shit out of Terry Reynolds when she first came in. Basically, she was whooping dudes' asses. So shit.
No, for real, yeah, she was.
Shit, whoop Mark Marrow, Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, China is my number 25.
Hey, do you remember? China reminds me. There was this dude. I think it was ECW, maybe WCW. It was actually a lady, but looked like a dude.
You mean Nicole Bass?
Yes. Oh my God. Ugh.
Nicole Bass terrified me. She used to be on Howard Stern all the time.
Yeah.
And Howard Stern would ask her all these uncomfortable questions about how she looks like a dude and stuff. It was so funny.
Yeah.
If you was in the elevator with Nicole Bass, you look and hurry to my floor, hurry up, because you want to bolt the fuck out of there.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right, surprise us, Chad.
My number 25 was I don't remember who it was. I already threw my list away, but it got replaced. It had been named before.
Mm-hmm.
My number 25 is the Gobbledygooker.
Oh no!
What?
The Gobbledygooker. Oh,
Gobbledygooker.
shit.
The chicken that came out of the infamous Survivor Series egg.
Oh, that's right.
The worst, besides the Shockmaster, the worst ever gimmick ever. And there was rumors that was going to be Ric Flair that popped out of that. There were rumors that Ric Flair was going to pop out of that egg.
Wow.
So, Gobbledygooker. I mean, god dang it, Gobbledygooker.
God damn.
All right, Javi, you're just in time for our last pick. The final pick is, I'm going old school, man. The Fabulous Freebirds.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We're talking Michael P.S. Haynes, Buddy Roberts, Terry Gordy, Jimmy Garvin.
Great. That's a great one to end on, dude. Such a great tag team.
They're forgotten about.
Such a great one.
Yeah, they were an awesome faction.
I was so glad to see them going to the Hall of Fame this year, too. They went in this year.
Yeah. So, that's our picks, guys. Was there any last-minute ones that weren't mentioned in the chat that can pop up in your head? Anybody here, Chad, Outlaw, anybody you just want to quickly mention going down
I think no one said Gilbert. All I can say is no one said Gilbert.
There's tons of tag teams, man. Smoking Gun.
Yeah, tons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sanchez Turner. I forgot about Sanchez Turner.
We forgot about Sanchez Turner. Another tag team that was number 26 was the Nasty Boys. I mean, they were a great tag team.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Nasty Boys were great.
How about Public Enemy?
Yeah, Public Enemy.
Yeah,
Harlem Heat.
Yes, Harlem Heat was a good one.
Shit, man. There's so many good
John Steele just said Damien Demento, Sparky Plug, or whatever his name is.
Oh,
yeah.
Bob Holly.
Bob Holly.
Yeah, man.
Mortis and
Wrath. Chris Canyon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Canyon.
Yeah,
Mortis,
Raven.
Wrath.
Raven.
Tommy. Flock, Billy Kidman.
Oh, no one said
Perry Saturn.
Steele.
No one said George Steele.
No.
Or JYD.
Junkyard Dog, yeah.
Big Cat Ernie Ladd.
Who was that guy? The genius.
That was
Randy's
Macho Man's brother, yeah.
Oh, it was?
That was Randy's brother.
Holy shit.
Tony, Friday the 14th, said Doink the Clown. That's a good one.
Or Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster.
Yep.
Oh, no, yeah. No one said Tatanka also. We just mentioned them.
Yeah, no one had him.
Skyscrapers and WCW was a great tag team.
Oh, yeah.
The Ding Dongs were awesome in WCW.
Another tag team that was badass, dude, was Doom with Ron Simmons and Butch Reed.
Dude, Butch
Reed.
Yeah.
No one said the APA.
Ron Simmons, man. Yeah, right. APA, yeah.
John Steele said Jimmy Wang Yang. Come on, man.
Oh, dude.
No one says Snooker. No one says Snooker at all.
Yeah.
Oh, the Blue Meanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Blue Meanie, ECW.
You got Power and Glory.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Hercules. Remember
Yeah.
Hercules?
Hercules Hernandez,
Yeah,
and then you had
Hercules.
Warlord and Barbarian.
Warlord, Haku.
Powers of Pain.
Haku.
Yeah.
The
Mean.
Island.
They said Haku's
fucking-
the biggest badass of anybody that's ever wrestled. They said
big.
Haku in real life
Yeah, he bit
is
a
the
dude's
biggest
ear off.
badass ever.
Yeah. No one
Or
said
nose.
Glacier.
Everybody
His
that
nose off,
dives.
yeah.
Yeah. They said
No
he's
one
the
said
biggest
Billy
badass
Hayes?
there is in wrestling.
Yeah, Billy Hayes,
Or
Van Hammer,
Billy Graham.
Hey,
Superstar
we
Billy
gotta
Graham.
give love. We gotta give love to Honky Tonk Man. Man. We didn't say Honky
Yes,
Tonk.
Honky Tonk as well.
Longest running IC champ, man.
Yep, Jordan. Don't forget
Yeah.
Martina McBride.
Martina
Or
McBride.
Mark Mero.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Mark Mero, Sable.
Jordan said Martina McBride, dude.
What the hell?
You got a
Hammer.
Said
Was
Bro
there a Van
Bronson.
I know there was a Greg the Hammer Valentine.
yeah.
I know, yeah, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Rugged Ronnie Garvin, Bill the Butcher,
Cheeto Charlie, dude.
Cheeto Chuck.
Yeah.
Bo Bronson.
Elegante, John Gonzalez.
Oh, El Gigante. Hell yeah.
Hilo de Santo.
Dan Spivey, well, he was in the
Yep, Spivey.
Skyscrapers.
Ain't got no one said Disco Inferno.
Jack Victory.
Yeah. Conan.
Or Alex Wright.
Oh yeah, Conan. What was his?
Yeah, Conan.
What was his stick?
The Tequila Sunrise. Oh la la.
Yeah.
Oh la le arriba la raza.
Yeah.
And
shit.
dude,
He
I'm
threw a
just.
shoe at your ass.
You know how I'm trying to think
No
of
one said R-Truth.
Rumble.
Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas.
Jordan's
The big haired Jordan's reaching,
Jordan
dude.
White
is the
Sox
most
First
knowledgeable wrestling fan ever, dude.
Yeah.
He just said
Definitely.
Cheeto
No one
Charlie.
said
That's my Cheeto Charlie's my new wrestling name, dude. If I ever wrestle, which I will never wrestle, but Cheeto Charlie's my alias now.
Cheeto
How about
Charlie.
some of the early women wrestling? I remember like what was her name? Blaze.
Alondra Blaze.
Alondra Blaze.
Yeah, Alondra Blaze.
Alondra
Or
Blaze.
Medusa.
Bull
Fabulous
Nakano.
Moolah.
Yep.
Bull
May.
Nakano.
Luna Vachon.
Luna Vachon
Luna,
was
yeah.
terrified me,
He
dude.
was terrifying looking.
Gangrel was cool. He was a cool character.
Gangrel.
Yeah.
Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Mikey Whipwreck. Oh yeah, ECW fan there.
Yeah, the whippersnapper.
Yeah.
Excuse
Gilla.
me.
Let me get it. Oh yeah, one of the
Tommy
most bloodiest
Dreamer.
matches.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot. No one said Tommy Dreamer. No one said.
Raven.
I said Raven earlier.
Yep. The new
Yeah.
gangster.
Oh yeah, the gangsters, New Jack and Mustafa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then no one mentioned he was mentioned, but no one had Terry Funk on their list.
Nope.
Yeah, no one said Terry Funk.
Or Dory.
Oh, Dory Funk.
Or Dory Funk Jr., yeah. Or any of the, not the Briscoes either.
The Briscoes.
And fucking Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or Chief J. Strongbow.
Dr. Death Steve Williams.
Jordan just said the best tag thing, the two guys from the Sonic commercials.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh god.
Bastion Booger
Can't
was
top that.
mentioned.
Yes,
Oh.
Yeah, Outlaw.
Outlaw
Outlaw
mentioned
mentioned Bastion.
Oh, Val Venus. Hello, ladies.
Okay.
Yes,
Foul.
dude.
Mark Henry.
Or, oh yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Henry was even
Oh, hell
mentioned.
yeah, Mark Henry, dude.
Yep. Late 90s. And,
Still
damn.
now. Still going, I think.
Oh, the
So,
King Harley race.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one said Harley. No one said Marty. Jannetty.
Oh,
no
yeah,
one
Marty.
said the
Marty Jannetty.
Rockers. No one said the Rockers.
Yeah, it's the tag team, the Rockers. No one said Sensational Sherry at all.
Who?
Sherry.
Oh, Sherry.
Oh, Sensation.
Scary Sherry.
Scary Sherry, Sensational Sherry.
Yeah.
Sister Sherry, I think, was her name.
Or what's that guy named? Alexander something? Alexander Wright?
Alex Wright.
Alex Wright.
That's
Yeah.
Wonder Kid.
The Wonder Kid.
Kind of funny when they said that. It looks like Wonder Kind.
Or who's that dude? Indeed.
Oh,
Tasha
that's Funaki. Taka
Funaka.
Michinoku.
Okay, yeah, them.
Kai and Tai were their team name.
Kai and Tai. That's right. Texas Tornado.
Duke Tank. Not Duke Tank. It was Dick Tongo and someone else was also members of Kai and Tai.
But yeah, I guess we're getting kind of tapped out, but appreciate you guys. I learned a lot. There was a couple, like, I didn't know that Magnum dude. Like,
Magnum,
Magnum TA.
Yeah, I have to look him up. But brought back a lot of guys. Repo Man. Jesus. He's like,
that's awesome. The Goon.
Was there really an Arachnaman? I know. You
Arachnaman.
remember that hockey dude?
There was the tag team called the Dudes with Attitude. They came out.
Oh my God! It was
Johnny Ace and
Johnny Ace and Shane Douglas. Shane Douglas.
Yeah, Shane Douglas. They came out in like skateboards. It was awful.
Oh my God!
Yeah, John Laurinaitis and Shane Douglas. Yeah, I remember that.
Viz said one more for the road, Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh, Oak Ridge Boys for the win.
Oh
Funny.
God!
Oh, classic.
Inside joke. Inside joke.
That was from a couple streams ago, man.
Yeah, top 25 music. And then he comes up with Oak Ridge Boys. Everyone wind up laughing. Me, John, Whoreder. I had to cover my face with a damn towel the whole back of my damn laugh.
It was so random. It was just perfect. But,
so random, everyone cracked up laughing.
But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm actually doing another episode tomorrow of movie quotes. So stay tuned.
All right.
Tomorrow for movie quotes. But thanks, Blue Limit Soldiers, WrestleManiac, Outlaw, Pat. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Thanks for having us, man, for sure.
You guys were pros at this. But thanks everyone in the chat. Friday the 14th, Viz. You guys are loyal. Steel, of course. You did pretty good in the chat, Steel. Culture, Trini, Tennessee Couponer, Javi. Sorry if I'm forgetting anybody, but 4K Cinema, Leroy Green, all you guys. Have Be Wild.
Oh yeah, also check out Outlaw's newest video. Is out and about, and also his recent collection video. Those jumps were actually pretty good.
Well, thanks, Pat.
Hey, hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate that, brother.
Actually,
Awesome.
I think next week or something in the mail, I'm getting flipping The Last Dragon also, so don't worry.
Hell yeah, man.
I love
all
that
right,
movie.
any last closing words?
Hey, like I always say, peace, love, and blue.
Blue Limit Soldiers, baby.
Blue Limit for life.
Thanks for having us on, bro.
Blue
Hey,
Limit.
no problem.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thanks.
Holla.